Ooh, what's happening, PWT universe? It's spooky season. It is Halloween Havoc. I am your host, the infallible Phil Marks. Oh, pardon me. I've got coffee throat. You know, you get the cream in the throat, and it's a pause. Sorry, we're starting off on the one of the here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another eclectic edition of PWT Live Show. I'm your host, Phil Marks. It's Halloween Havoc. We're in for some spooky graps tonight, as chat saying. Welcome. Someone else in chat said it's National Trick or Treat Day, so that's amazing. And yeah, guys, it is Halloween Havoc. This is Halloween. And yeah, I'm going to be recording and dropping my Halloween special PWT podcast for you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying all the clips and content and Dave Meltzer Dumb Moment of the Week, which was live last night. This show is starting fucking an hour earlier than I thought it was. So typically I come on 7 Eastern and I fucking do like an hour of show and then wrestling comes on. That's usually how it works. Not tonight, folks. They're an hour ahead, which means I'm an hour behind. So I got some WWE news to bring you guys. And we're going to talk probably through the first match. This card is stacked. And I know that this is not the usual time. We're live on both channels. The replay will be at youtube.com/prowrestletimes. On the Clips channel is where I will be putting polls in the chat for matches tonight. Okay. And is where I encourage you all to come subscribe, where we just surpassed 7,200 subscribers. A round of applause to the PWT universe. And the PLE starts in like 5 minutes, so I got to do picks here. There's nobody watching the stream. People are filing in, and that's okay. Tell a friend. Just hit the likes for now. Right, we're not on like a set time here. This is not the usual time. We're a little early and shit, and so I had no time to prepare for that. Just being an hour, like completely thinking I had a whole extra hour, so I just like rushed, set this up, and jumped on the air for you guys. And I'm super excited for Halloween Havoc. I gotta be honest. I was just watching the pre-show a bit, but then I had to switch over to Netflix to see exactly, because Netflix gives me a countdown, and I'm like, dude, when exactly does this shit start? Because I didn't know. I even asked Grok. He told me some wrong shit. So, or maybe Grok's a she. I don't know. Lex, what is Grok? They, them? What is it?
I don't know.
Me neither. Okay. We'll just go with machine. But, yeah, man, oh man. Am I excited for tonight? And we have some matches to get to. So there's Dark State versus the Hardys in an NXT championship rematch. I could see Dark State winning them back, but I also just think it's the Hardys. They're going to paint. They're going to do the broken shit. They're going to paint up. They're going to give the fans, like, again, another moment. This is a Hardy party run with the tag titles here. You have Zarya against Blake Monroe for the North American Championship. There could be a big Sol Ruka heel turn or a full-blown Zarya heel turn. I'm looking forward to this match. I like Blake Monroe. I like Zarya. Dr. Wagner Jr., who I'm sitting here like, dude, who do I delete from my creator wrestlers on 2K25 so I can download a created what's the status version of fucking El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. He's so awesome. He was so good on NXT the other week. Or was it this last week? Lex, when was it? And then your boy Ethan Page, man. A true Canadian, this true North strong and free, holding it down, the greatest North American to ever live. And yeah, he's doing awesome. So, and chat, I want to apologize to you guys. StreamYard's doing this thing where it's everybody's handles again. It's not your guys' names. It's at whatever your handle is. Now, again, we're tracking this. They just did an update to their chat on screen thing that it showed me today. And then now your guys' names are your fucking handles. So I don't even know who's talking really unless I remember your profile pic, okay? So moving along here, Javon Leon Slater versus La Parka and Mr. Iguana. And also, this poster rules. Is it the best for, like, look at these matches? I don't know about that. It seems kind of cluttered as far as just like bodies on a page, but this poster is awesome as far as like, here's a spider web woven into a throwback horror film creature feature here at the drive-in. And so La Parka and Iguana, it's just a Halloween freak show. I love it. I hope La Parka comes out with the works. I hope his entrance is, I went to this cool like fall Halloween pumpkin festival thing, and it was so fun. They had like all of this Day of the Dead stuff laid out. And so I'm all about this whole aesthetic and vibe here. The NXT Women's Championship match. Shout out whoever made this poster. I actually don't even know who made it. Wrestle Talk posted it. NXT Women's Championship match. Probably WWE at this level. Paxley versus Jane. I think Jane gets the win, but they did a good job of like building Paxley up as a credible threat and someone who the titles just sort of slipped through her fingers. Not really even slipped through her fingers, just she was just saying on the pre-show here, like everybody, like I've seen everybody else get it. And she's someone that we've said on the show, I've said on the show a million times. Could Tatum be on SmackDown or Raw tomorrow? And would anyone give a fuck? Hell yeah, she could be on SmackDown or Raw tomorrow. And hell no, nobody would give a fuck, you know? I guess those are two different questions. So they're two different answers, two different questions. But anyways, Ricky Saints, Trick Williams, the NXT Championship match. Again, Trick just dropped the TNA strap. I think he gets beat here by Ricky Saints. It's like the era of Saints. We eventually get Page versus Saints, I think is what you build up to once Ethan Page drops this Canadian title. And then Trick, he should go to the fucking main roster, man. Trick should go and be, this is what Trick should do. He should, or maybe not. Maybe they want him to be a babyface again first, like when he's on the main roster. But if he went up and then started apprenticing with Miz or like being with Miz and like beating the shit out of Carmelo and stuff, that would be fucking awesome. I think Trick with Miz, but Miz sort of like respects him more and shit, you know, like treats Trick differently than he treated Carmelo, because that's what like users and abusers will do. So I don't know. I'm down with this card. This is a perfect NXT card for Halloween Havoc. You're looking at it like, dude, La Parka's on Halloween Havoc in NXT. This rules, right? So that's my review. And those, did I give picks? I don't know. I gave half picks. So we'll do polls in the chat. But quickly, guys, before anything goes down, I have to do so. It's so weird seeing you all as handles. Let me see if it does it when I click show on stage. Do you guys see how you guys are handles? If you guys can see it on the screen, you're usually not handles. It's like your name, you know? So I just showed it on screen on the bottom right. If you guys, and they're like, we updated it so it's more live than it. It's like, okay. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Is time for WWE news as we babble over likely the first match, and I apologize. So ratings talk. Raj Giri posts WWE SmackDown ratings last Friday were up significantly from the prior week's taped episode from Perth. SmackDown averaged 1.18 million viewers, up 15% from the prior week with a 0.28, up 27%. In the key demo, SmackDown ranked 9 for the night on television in the 18 to 49 demo. Year over year, SmackDown was down 17%, with the 18 to 49 down 35%. God damn. Tracking using the old Nielsen panel only methodology. So again, that can, it's not an excuse, but the old panel, like, okay, you can give or take some, like the new data showing that maybe wrestling's ratings aren't as good and it's allegedly more accurate and whatnot. So, and that's okay. Again, we look at sellouts, live attendance, ratings, streaming numbers. All of these things are factors. It's not just the key demo, Brian. You know what's so funny too is that that dude AIR Gold, he had me blocked forever. Then he unblocked me when he got a blue check again. The fuck is that about? It's like, bro, just keep me blocked or don't. Like, I don't interact. You're a fucking goof. But it's so funny that I don't know what's going on, but he's like the lowest attended SmackDown in history. And like, I'm sure if you Google it, there's been lower attended ones, but you know, it doesn't matter. Like, SmackDown does 10,000, 16,000, whatever. They do a 5,000 house. Oh shit, is that doom and gloom? No. Oh, their rating is like, it's a 1.18. Is that super shitty? Yes. Thank God they have streaming, YouTube, and all this other fucking shit. And all these other outlets they've established that they're crushing it on. Like, good thing. ESPN saying, yeah, we got a surge in subscribers on ESPN. Now, a surge, that could mean 10,000 or 10 million. We don't fucking know, but it's like, okay, at least someone's publicly saying this. Unlike with Max and AEW, for instance, where these sickos will be like, well, we don't know. And it's like, right, and no one's saying shit. So that's how you know it's not good. And then when people say good shit, they go, well, of course they'd say that. No. Like, if Zaslav came out and was like, AEW's crushing it, man, it's just doing numbers, dude, I'd fucking be like, well, there you go. I mean, who are we to argue him? But they just don't do that. That's the problem, right? Whereas Netflix, even USA, everyone's like, USA got ripped off in their deal. Everyone's like, oh, no, we have a great relationship with WWE and a fucking, I don't know, man. And I'm pretty sure it was a smaller venue, if I'm not mistaken. So, again, and this isn't like cope over ticket prices. Again, if they were doing 5 and then 4 and then 5 again and then 3, I'd be like, yep, lower the prices. You're going to have to lower them. You're losing people. No, dude, they're selling out and the ticket prices have doubled. And every now and again, you got to run a 5,000 seater. There's nothing wrong with doing 5,000 seats. The problem with doing 5,000 seats is when you talk shit and your fan base talks shit to everybody. And then all of a sudden TNA's outdrawing you for your pay-per-views. It's like attendance-wise, it's fucking goofy, man. And people tried to point out that how that was going to happen. But instead, no, let's listen to the Young Bucks and their fans, because it'll change wrestling, guys. Let's listen to Dave Meltzer giving them options on what to do on their pay-per-view, as we covered on Double DMW on Thursday. Moving along. Where we have more. So ESPN, speaking of which, their streaming gamble already paid off with subscriber surge after WrestlePalooza. And again, man, even if it's like, well, we got 10,000 new subs. Okay, that's a surge. A bunch of people through this process discovered, I can watch it. There's nobody not watching WrestlePalooza and shit compared to other PLEs. Bar, the Rumble and Mania and shit like that. It's still like their social media presence is there. People say it, dude. You miss SmackDown, you could just watch it on YouTube quick. And they've done a good job of marketing in all these ways to where, like, you don't need to worry about WWE. Here's the thing. If this was like they were doing shit creative, covering Roman Reigns and dog food, tarping every house they went to, tickets weren't doubled in price over the last few years, right? All of these things, yes, we'd have a discussion. But WWE, I would just say, don't worry about them right now. Worry about your own shit. If you're a TNA fan, be like, hey, I hope these guys get to 10K seats, And if you're an AEW fan, worry about your own shit. Worry about getting 2K people at an AEW show before you're worrying about WWE. So, again, Karp said, what's his name here? Sports Business Journal's Austin Karp revealed that the debut of WWE's premium live events on ESPN sparked a significant spike in subscriptions. So again, Sports Business Journal's real journalists. And what did I tell you guys was going to happen? Dave's going to spurg out. He's going to spiral out of control. and he's going to just embarrass himself. He's going to go down a spiral, like an Alice in Wonderland, am I on acid trip spiral coming up soon, because real people are going to start reporting on ESPN shit. Okay? And what is Dave doing? Making up stories and doubling and tripling down on stories, even accusing The Office of being mad at him. Well, they are, like, apparently they're mad that story came out. That's what sheets are saying. But either way, he's making up stories about AI and WWE using AI to do their creative. They're going to use a hologram Bobby Lashley to fight a Shogun at WrestleMania. Like, he's just going to keep doing these fantasy mark, projecting, spiraling, defending Tony Khan. Like, we covered it last night. It's insane. He's just going down this fucking, like I said, Alice in Wonderland black hole of fucking, is this reality or not? He's losing his mind. But yeah, Carp just said, I thought it was a really good start for those two services. And he also brought up WWE in the same breath as NFL. So there you go, man. No one's bringing up AEW did what NBA did for TNT, which, by the way, on Wednesday's show we'll go over. We have NBA's doing 14% of what their audience is, right? So the whole 30% joke, and Dave, if it's 30, 40, maybe AEW's doing 50. BJ Bethel and these guys, they're doing fucking 80% of their cable audience without the max numbers. Guys, it's going to come out that it's lower than 10. And what have I told you guys? NBA's doing 14%. What have I told you, motherfuckers? Yo, let's give them 10. PWT Universe. I'm way too nice. I'm like, let's give them 10. It's like 10%. Okay, let's say it's 10%. It'll be less than that for AEW. I'm telling you. And we're going to break that down on Wednesday's show, Wacko Wednesday. Shout out, speaking of Wacko, shout out Vic Joseph, dripping out of control with his Riddler suit. And here comes La Parka. NXT scored its lowest audience since moving to the CW network on Tuesday against the opening night of the NBA season. So here's an excuse where you can go, oh, it's the opening night of NBA. Yeah, that would probably hurt some things. But again, you got to take this all in stride. You don't just pick and choose. Like NXT just went live, tried to do a good show, and check it out. They averaged 525K viewers, down not even 25%. Now, a lot of people, this is the positives of WWE, because we spend so much time going, okay, this is why this can't be spun as a negative. Fuck it. Let's just shill a positive. A lot of people are saying that they thought they'd do a way worse rating, that NXT would do a fucking way more abysmal rating than this. So good for them. You know what I mean? They did a 0.07, down 42%. So that's where they got smoked, was the key demo. Took like a hit that I think people assumed would happen, but the overall viewership, well, good goddamn. It wasn't, thought they would have got smoked more like 40% range, So year over year, NXT was down 25% in total viewership. So the rating was down 56. Last year's episode was tracked using the old Nielsen panel only, which seemed to skew it higher. So again, for AEW and WWE both, you can say, well, maybe it's not down as much because maybe the old systems skewed higher. Do you guys know what I mean? You can give AEW and WWE that. That's where Dave's like, it's a disaster. No, I just explained it right there. It's really not. It's just, but then Dave's like, oh, him and Brian are like, oh, maybe this means it's wrestling just hasn't been as popular as it has been the last 25 years. No, stupids. Look at the ticket prices and the sales and how the fucking indies are having glow ups and all this shit. It's just AEW. I need people to understand this. It's just that show people don't like anymore. So we need to change that, right? So Jey Uso has the 3 most disliked videos of the year when he became the world champion at WrestleMania 41. Speaking of numbers, Jey Uso defeated Austin Theory within 1 minute, got 89,000 dislikes, and Jey Uso winning the Raw Battle Royal, 84,000. So it just seems like there's a bunch of Jey Uso crybabies out there who just don't.
Emotional damage.
And it affects business none. And it's more doom and gloom, fickle mark bullshit. Shout out Jey Uso for triggering people. Turn heel. So SmackDown, we went over their viewership. And speaking of viewership, so Netflix show replaced AJ Lee's banner with a John Cena banner for the November 17 episode of Raw. We'll go back to that. NXT TV rating, it beat Dynamite. Speaking of which, well, no, we just talked about it. There you go. AJ Lee's not going to be on Raw. John Cena will likely be there. Maybe they thought both would be there. They're not. And then NXT destroyed Dynamite, though. Dynamite did 477 on not opening day. Just people are tired of this fucking trash AEW show. And let's watch this match. That's been WWE news for now. We'll finish it up in a minute here during the next segment. Okay, guys, so La Parka was saucing. He did the half entrance. Iguana came out, huge pops. I like that Slater and Javon are matching gear. I think they could do this. They could just be a fucking team, dude. They're so good. They are like alternate universe versions of each other. You know? It's like one just leans into his Hardy. Like they're both Hardy marks. They both have the same inspos and shit. But like one of them just kind of leans into their hardiness more. And the other one leans into their, I don't know. What would you call it? Just like, what does Javon? I don't know. Javon's kind of like a throwback cruiserweight, but he's really both these guys have size. But Slater even has like the Hardy legs going on, kind of. You guys know what I mean by that? Like the Matt Hardy legs thing going, like he really is inspired by them. But here's the thing, okay? You got La Parka and Iguana. This team rules is just like a thrown together team. The video board, the fucking, I just love the Halloween jack-o'-lantern graphics. I'm all about Hallows Eve and spooky season. And then La Parka looks awesome. Iguana's gear looks great. And yes, that's the match has been solid so far. It's just a cruiserweight lucha match to kick off Halloween Havoc with two gimmicks that people love and two guys who are just like the future of the business. Teaming, but rivaling at the same, like, they respect each other. It's like the Fraxium deal, but eventually Javon and Slater. Well, I mean, Fraxium did that. They wrestled each other a bunch, but also were friends and then became like a great tag team. You know, these guys are sort of teaming more first and then maybe will become rivals down the line in their, as far as their careers are concerned. Guys, I didn't really do any plugs, so hit like, subscribe, patreon.com/prowrestletimes. I'm going to finish up Tough Enough there. I have 3 episodes, the 3 final episodes dropping soon. And Super Chat, become a member, gift a membership, and Halloween special coming soon. And Dave Meltzer, Dumb Moment of the Week, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern. Which those Dave Meltzer shows are going like 2.5, 3 hours every time. That's going to stop as well. It's not that I don't enjoy doing it that long. 2 hours has to be like the limit, you know, for them. Like that's what I thought it would end up being. So I figured how everything we grow here, we're growing here. What an epic moonsault. But yes, we're refining it and everything. These like online business chats are cringe. So I'm just letting you all know who've tuned in that the double DMWs, although I have I could roast Dave for infinity, but again, the show will we're refining it, right? It's new. So got a couple in the bank now, kind of know how I'm gonna just tighten it up. You know what I'm saying? Having 2+ hours of Meltzer will fry your brain. And it's also that I forget how much goes in there. And then I also forget how much we already make fun of Dave. Like, we already do it. So some of his shit, we'll just fucking pull the flutes out and play them during WWE segments and shit, during AEW segments and shit like that. However, it's sort of like how the Tony Khan cringe videos is now like a sub-segment of AEW news, or like Wednesday and Thursday rivalries, like a sub-segment of WWE news. That's all. It's just another, like, we're going to roast him infinitely, but it's just a matter of like some of the things fit the narrative when I'm doing news on like Wednesday. I might as well just incorporate it to give the broader scope, and it's all good. You know what I'm saying? The show's the show. The show will have the key fucking things that I know I'm going to go off on them for and stuff. So, but yeah, it's been amazing. I enjoy the shit out of it. Honestly, those Dave Meltzer shows like fly by for me. When we're making fun of him, I just get rolling, and I don't know. I just love it. I love it so much. So I appreciate you all for enjoying those. And we have more WWE news here today as well. Possibly some TNA news too. But we just need to lock in for La Parka, Iguana, and the Young Goat, and of course Slater. The Young Float, we'll call him, because he floats through the air. That's hack. I don't know. Off the bottom rope, German. Hell yeah, Javon's bouncy. Omar for 2 says, I'm fucking the at names, dude. I'm a little late, Phil. Tell us the La Parka history. Yeah, dude. La Parka. I forget it off the top. I used to be able to kind of just say it, and now I completely forget it. But basically, there was La Parka, and thank you so much, man, for your contribution to the show.
Acknowledge me.
So it's La Parka, and then there was L.A. Park, who was the original La Parka, and then another guy became La Parka. And then there was El Hijo del La Parka, and then another La Parka Jr. And then the LA Park, I think, passed away. And then I think this is the second La Parka, or this is the third La Parka technically, but like the second La Parka historically or something. I don't know, Brian. You have to study and learn. I fucking don't know. Lincoln Hawk gifted 5 Pro Wrestle Clips memberships, dude. Let's go. That's a huge support. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Lincoln Hawk. And hopefully some people got those who needed them, Appreciate that shit, Lincoln. That rules. You guys can gift memberships, and yeah, you get access to Member Mondays. I do a weekly member show for members only, and typically it's on Monday. If I ever miss the Monday, we just do it like Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever fucking day. You always get one every week, and patrons get access to. And then Patreon, there's like a bunch of videos and shit. If you guys want to check that out, that like aren't on YouTube, and I'm adding more to it. And yeah, I'm excited for what we're doing there. And we're just gonna like watch movies there and shit. Like we're gonna watch Ready to Rumble on Patreon and shit. So things like that as well. Dude, just the rolling Rousey armbar right there from Mr. Iguana. But yeah, Member Mondays rule, and we typically just watch Raw. But I do like news and shit. Oh, the Buckle Mom. Here we go, La Parka. I don't know why are they saving La Parka. I just think if they rolled him out with his big entrance, like on these look, he's doing the 2-step, dude. He's fucking the La Parka walk while fucking hitting like a swinging Uranagi, whatever that move's called. I think they should roll him out with big entrances and shit and just make him feel like a bit. People get so behind it when he starts coming out. Then the last couple times he's been on NXT specifically, they cut it off and then Iguana comes out. And like, I mean, I'm not mad at him. I'm not saying you're like, oh, what the fuck? But I just think it would do wonders. Oh, La Parka's doing fucking Penta's bit. That was all bone right there. I like that La Parka's wearing like a spooky, scary skeleton. It's just like a skeleton costume.
You better be betting the face off. Here we go. Super kick under the jaw, and I believe Mr. Iguana inadvertently was tagged into the matchup. You're impressed with Iguana, aren't you?
Yeah, Plenty in your talk. What's up, Plenty? And what's up, George? What's up, Cashman? A done did what, Kevin? What's up, Anime no Power? Bro, I'm sorry. We don't have names anymore. It's all handles. Nordiques versus Whalers. Was that cool or what? They did the throwback jerseys. You like that? It's all handles for me, guys. I'm sorry. The names are all fucking. You love the throwbacks? Yeah, for sure. They're just making money on that shit. With like the jersey sales and everything. Nothing wrong with that. And it's fan service in a way, like aesthetically and shit. Like, I don't know. I'm a mark for the old fucking jerseys too. Who doesn't like member berries, you know? This is Jay Long. Yeah, dude, I can tell from the pic, but I can't fucking tell from like the name anymore. It's throwing me off, bro. I'm sorry. Chat's weird. I'm not reading you anymore. Fuck you guys. No, I'm joking. Oh, the toss the lizard up, then the big boot. Oh, that Harlem sidekick. The tube of you. It might be a fucking StreamYard. Oh, you guys tell me on YouTube if they're doing that on their end too. I guess I could check, but it might be a StreamYard thing because they updated their chat on screen thing again. And last time that happened, I swear it was showing everyone's handles. Maybe my timeline's off on that, but oh my God, Leon, dude, he's nuts. That was an insane over the post flip.
Big high cross body, momentum slated up, boxing right off, and he tagged right in to Javon Evans. And we know Evans can fly too. Long way away.
Jesus Christ, Javon. Dude, Javon and Leon should be a tag team on the main roster. Because, like, they look way cooler and they have way more size than, like, DIY and shit. And they're just more, like, graceful with their flying around. I just think they would fit in so well with some of these other teams. I don't know. Like, they look like they could fight the Viking Raiders and you wouldn't be... I don't know. Like, they have size and they can fly around. So it's like those are the... I mean, those would be the type of guys who could beat a muscly team, like a brute team. And even the Viking Raiders fly around a little bit, right? The one guy. I just think they rule together, man.
Well, one shot rocked Evans for a moment.
Oh, and then he just fucking Iguana just bought fucking... I don't know who that's on, but Iguana just face plant almost fucking lands sideways on his head. The slingshot cutters and shit, I don't really like all that. You just got to catch him out of nowhere. When someone's throwing someone else, we just saw it with Fallon Henley too. If someone's like lawn darting you into a cutter, it just doesn't really work out as good. That should be a DQ. How do you know that Iguana's not loaded? It's screwy here too. Yeah, if you guys, you can, I mean, what I would do, I mean, you don't have to do, but George Captor's like at George Captor. Kevin Dunn did what now? Dunn did what now in chat, and he's at Dunn did what now. I can see that. That's all good. Some I can remember like Jay's pick. I can remember some of you guys, and then of course there's always people in chat where it's like I don't even know if I've ever seen you. I see Sauce Inc. All hail the Illuminati. Like we know who that is, but yeah, names are tripping, bro. I don't know what's going on. It's all good. Pliny and Pixel. Yeah, like who the fuck's that? Ban this guy. A wrench? What happened? Take that shit away. No. Guys, we have more news if you're just sitting, laying in the cut, or you like my commentary. I can call the action if you want. But I hope you guys like the Halloween Havoc music too. I played at the start of the show. I thought that was cool. Some people are like, why are there just like ads and shit at the start of the show? It's just funny wrestling videos. I don't know. Those old Slim Jim ads rule, and they're funny. And there's like a million of them, so I'll add a bunch more. If you guys have just funny old wrestling videos where you're like, this is funny, or this is like a Javon and Iguana just missed. Was he supposed to cutter him? What happened? So Javon was supposed to cutter Iguana, and then La Parka gets caught with a cutter. Oh my God, Javon's got red. Okay, that Swanton 450 is insane. Okay, so here's the thing. Every match, Iguana botches something, like one big flippy spot. He botched two here. That sucked. Let's be honest. But then Javon, did you guys see that? Like, hold on a second. We need to fucking like hit rewind on this shit. Did you guys see Javon jumped over the top rope like an Undertaker body press and then just landed on his 2 feet? That's more impressive than running and doing a front flip barrel roll over the top like Ricochet and landing on your feet. Watch. They replayed it. What the fuck? He just jumped over the top rope, body splash, and just landed on his feet. I'm sitting here like, this guy's an alien. He's not of this place. That's like otherworldly hops, man. What the fuck? He's like, yeah, I could have been in the NBA. You know, he's fucking. I could have fucking had a high jump record in the Olympics, but I was just like, oh, I like WWE. That was crazy. And then Slater just hits a fucking 450 Swanton bomb. They should just be a team. They should just be a team on WWE's main roster. Oh, man.
Ethan Page, thank you for your time and your NXT North American Championship defense coming up against Dr. Wagner Jr. at Halloween Havoc. But I would like to talk to you about your championship reign. Ever since winning the title back in May, you have proclaimed that you are the greatest NXT North American champion. My question is, how do you deal with the day in and day out pressures of living up to your moniker?
Moniker, that's like a nickname. No.
Okay, guys, so let's get into
That's just a cold hard fact at this point. You're talking about a champion who's defended this title against pretty much every locker room in professional wrestling. Every single locker room.
I'm just bookmarking. It was a tough week for ratings. Fucking Dave Meltzer. Everyone had a bad week. I mean, no, dude. No. It was tough for you. Okay, so guys, we have some WWE news. Let's get back into Phil Mike's Big Mike. So Goldberg states that WWE had some girl surpasses undefeated. Yeah, some broad. She should have been back in the kitchen. It's like she's gay. That's what he did. This mamby-pamby pussy fairy shit. That's how Goldberg's always talking. Some broad over here. I was like, hey, dishwasher, get back, make me a sandwich. You know, he's always talking like this, dude. So he goes, some girl. It's like, what? At WWE. They did it on purpose. I have nothing against the girl by any means, but yeah, I mean, she's like a girl. That's gay. I was a part of WCW when we were kicking their ass in the Monday Night Wars. I didn't know what was going on at the time. I was just on one of the sides. Now one side dissolves and the other one consumes. What do you mean 25 years ago? Consumes everything, so they can treat everyone and everything the way they want. I think there's always going to be the bird in their ass, and that I was a part of a company where I was the champion in a very short period of time, and we were beating them in the ratings. I'm fucking Goldberg. Come on, man. They had some girl beat it. What a girl can't do what a guy can do. It's crazy, dude. But Asuka responded. She had a public response to the some girl statement, and she talked to Bill Goldberg spoke with Mike Burke to Real Talk. So shout them out. And then the legendary Empress Asuka said, Goldberg's comments about me are all over the news right now, but honestly, I'm not bothered by it at all. What he said came from his own perspective, and that's fine. So there's really no need to make such a big deal out of it. Listen to my philosophy. Let me click on this to expand it here. It's not about what I accomplish. It's about what I try to create. Philosophy and vision. That's where the real value is. I don't find meaning in anything without beauty. I've achieved every record, every title, but those are just milestones. What really matters is opening a new era, creating the moment that separates before Asuka and after Asuka, having the power to change an era. That's where true value and beauty exists. I don't chase records or championships. They're the ones that come to me. There's not enough art in this world. And then ends with a clown emoji. Dude, she fucking baked Goldberg. I gotta be honest. What a subtle, classy, and just eloquent way of fucking roasting Bill Goldberg, who, again, people say Bret Hart's bitter, and he is, but Goldberg is too, man. So you have two bitter-ass guys just butting heads all the time. Again, also, recently, Bret Hart canceled his appearance because he was supposed to be at the same like con or whatever that Goldberg was gonna be at, and he canceled that. So interesting to say the least. Speaking of legends, right? Ric Flair says WWE tried to take his name while he was dying. You what? You what? So Ric Flair says there's only two people that own their own intellectual property in the history of WWE, me and The Rock. Hogan, yeah, okay, so he noted Hogan owned his, but now he's in a terrible mess with his family fighting over his money. True, but he did own his, and also like AJ Styles and Samoa Joe and these guys own their names. Their WWE IP they don't own, but you don't either. So I don't know, Rick. I like you might have to get updated on that a little bit, but because I sued WWE, yeah, well, because when I was dying, I was on life support for 14 days. Everybody cashed in. My agent stole $150,000 because if I was dead, then it would all go to court, right? Whatever my will was at the time. Estate planning is very important, by the way, but everybody cashed in because they thought I was going to die. That shit's so ugly and gross, man. Oh man, if you've like had people who've gone through this, or like when a family member dies, then you have other family members just doing sicko shit, and you just, oh man, we've all been through it, or have heard stories, or related to someone, or have a spouse who went through it, or whatever the fuck. But then he goes, and then when I lived, I found out what was going on. I read the letters. WWE was writing me letters, wanting me to sign them while I was just signing my intellectual property back to them. So I didn't sue at first. I just said, I'm going public with this. Give me my shit back. Damn, that's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. And that's some Vince shit, pal. Yeah. Yeah. Sign your life to the devil. I mean me. Yeah. That's fucking Vince is a wacko. He's the king. The way Tony's the king sicko, Vince is the fucking kingpin wacko, dude. Speaking of legends, though, so the Observer's saying that Shinsuke Nakamura's current contract does allow him to work in Japan for other groups, although WWE would have to approve if Nakamura wants to be Hiroshi Tanahashi's final opponent in January 4. It's tricky politically because there will obviously be AEW talent on the Wrestle Kingdom. Why? Why is that obvious? On the New Japan USA show, they're not even advertising AEW people. The AEW New Japan crossover this last year here got drew less than the Wrestle Kingdom show the night before. People say the second show on Wrestle Kingdom always draws less historically, but not by that much, and not by. And I thought AEW was the reason they brought them in, was to change that, right? And so Tanahashi wants to wrestle Shinsuke. That's being floated more and more out there because Dave Meltzer's such a nooge mark. Like, it's really unlikely that this happens. But I will say that, and Dave being like, Shinsuke's new deal permits him to, dude, they will work with Nooch. WWE will. It's just Tanahashi and Tony Khan are like, oh, no, please, Tanahashi, son, please. I love you. All the hugs I've given you, you know? So it could happen, though, but WWE will get a say in, okay, you can't book AEW people on this show, though. And so who knows if WWE's down with that or AEW's down with that or not. And speaking of, we talked about viewership and all of that earlier. Millions of WWE NXT viewers could lose access to the CW, which is incredibly unfortunate as we watch NXT Halloween Havoc. But notice sent to Fios TV customers, Verizon stated that its current agreement with Nexstar is set to expire. If no deal is made, channels owned by Nexstar, including the CW, could be dropped from the Fios lineup. Some of the largest impacted areas include New York, WPIX, Philadelphia, WPHL, Washington, all of which carry CW. Yeah, so if you guys are out there, figure out your shit or get on Verizon's ass to fucking leave them if they don't. Speaking of advertisements, WWE is advertising that Saturday night's main event on November 1 will be streamed live on Netflix, not YouTube, for international non-US viewers. So that's better for me. I just go to Netflix, where I thought it was originally. And then I was like, oh, it's on YouTube here? So it'll be on Netflix. Easy peasy for me. And let's lock in for this lights out black light. Ooh. Hopefully there's no stains anywhere you don't want anyone to see. You fucking sickos and whack. So it's like a black light. Shout out Bray Wyatt. And it's like an anything goes. Ego versus Dr. Wagner. Hopefully I'm crushing it. Am I crushing it with the news today, guys? Let me know here. Sorry, we were supposed to do all. We don't have a lot left. We were supposed to do this all before the show started, but I thought it's something
Anytime he's felt disrespected, he's not running from a fight. I'll give him that. No paper champion. Anybody that wanted a shot with either way, he's been willing to step up and give him a shot. And fell in. Look. He's a true champion. He's going out there in division. Dr. Wagner Jr. also got to know, if you take a look at his ear, there's a crown in the middle of his mask.
But yeah, if any of you guys are on those TV fucking services and need to switch your shit over, figure out how you can watch NXT, figure out how to do that if you're like a diehard NXTer. If you watch it on YouTube or whatever, sweet. Dude, he drop kicked lays that knee in. Dude, Wagner Jr. rules. Drop kicks the chair into his booty hole. I haven't seen a man dive into another man's asshole like that since the last time I was at a Diddy party. You. Oh my God.
You fucking mark!
I'm just joking. Those jokes are played out, and Diddy is a good guy according to the court of law, so we're good. We're going sicko mode today, dude. I chose to be incredibly sus today, okay?
The trash can that time. And look, I wonder if Paige is starting to regret crossing a line. Dr. Wagner Jr.'s father.
That's the type of guy Ethan Page is, man. Ethan Page, he's gonna have to weather this right now.
Oh, dude, what is that called? Like the Goro Con Slam or whatever the fuck. I'm a Mark. Sorry. Phil, can we talk about Rhea Ripley's newest selfie from the gym? You're like, dude, I'm fucking straight. Can we talk about chicks, please? Man, can we talk about chicks, man? Oh, shit. Yeah, I didn't see it. I got to be honest. I did not see it. She threw it up, guys. Go and take a look, but don't goon, okay? We're not fucking I'm not supporting gooning over here, okay? But if someone tags me in it, we can check it out. And so, yeah, like Wagner's wearing, or no, maybe not, because there's no question. I was gonna say, is that like an homage to Rey Mysterio? But I guess doing purple and black doesn't always mean Rey Mysterio. But threw him head first into that chair, dude. Ethan Page has like the Maple Leaf Day of the Dead shit going on. Crap, these fucking wackos are chanting, "We want tables." Rhea's getting back to her Jack look. Kevin's like, "No, dude, I'm just admiring her gains." Do you even lift, bro? Oh, he's got a skeleton bone. Oh. God damn it. He brought out the fucking Halloween bones, dude. We need to score this.
No, Eric.
Kevin, I live 6 days a week. There you go. So you're just admiring those gains. Yeah, no, for sure. No, it's just jokes, buddy. We're just joking, bud. Don't worry about it. No. And that's good, man. Stay on it. Stay on that shit. That's good to hear. Dude, I've been watching Halloween Havoc. I watched Hogan Flair last night. I had to put it on because I fell asleep like the last 3 times I tried to get through that latest Halloween Havoc. They uploaded to the WCW channel. And I watched Hogan Flair again in that cage. Mr. T. That was good shit. On the 7th day, I lift a beer, as you should. 30 likes. Yeah, guys, so run the likes up if you guys can, okay? We have like 170 watching across X and both YouTube channels, so yeah, make sure. Oh, I didn't put any polls in the fucking chat. Maybe people left because there's no polls. We didn't bust out any polls, dude. Maybe we could. Maybe we could in a bit.
Well, Paige showed me what it means to him to be champion. And look, I got to give credit when credit is due. Paige may be the best pound-for-pound wrestler in the world.
Damn, so is Paige bloody? He is, dude. And Vic Joseph saying Paige could be the best pound-for-pound wrestler in the world. That's a bold statement to make. Especially for a guy who's only been in NXT. That'd be tough, though, doing like a pound-for-pound ranking. Power ranking is the way to sort of do WWE. When WWE was doing that before, that's actually the smart way to do it. Because to do like a pound-for-pound in pro wrestling, you would have to weigh up like... There's no divisions anymore, really. So you'd have to weigh up just like who's got the most belts. You know, that's who fucking is pound for pound the best. Who has the most variety of WWE titles, you know? John Cena would be pound for pound because he's had every title but the IC. So then someone like Miz, you could argue, is pound for pound greater than Cena. You could argue that, you know? And like you'd have to factor in like, okay, how many, because this is what would factor in a pound for pound as well. Okay, let's say you won the tag titles 10 times, at least in my mind, right? This would have to factor in as well. If we were trying to shoot pound for pound rank wrestlers, have you won the tag titles multiple times with multiple different partners? I think would increase your pound for pound ranking as well, right? Because pound for pound essentially means if you break everyone down to a pound, who could beat who? They're just ripping his mask off. So in MMA, it's like, oh, Wagner's about to Kishin Liger your ass, bro. So in MMA, it's like, let's say Anderson Silva pound for pound, one of the GOATs, because he went to multiple weight classes and just outclassed people. People who go to more than one weight class, you typically have more of a pound for pound, a higher pound for pound ranking because you're showcasing, like, if you're winning in these weight classes, right? You're showcasing that at different weights, you're able to beat people or whatever. I'm butchering it, but I'm just really locked into this match too. While this guy, I have a crispier explanation I've given on the show. Running headbutt. We have Wagner going full Kishin Liger. And for those of you who don't know what Kishin Liger is, do your fucking research. Study and learn, Brian. Jumping clothesline. Yeah, you can't rip the fucking head of the mask off. Speedball Mike Bailey weighs 100 pounds. Yes. So yeah. So what I was saying before, like Habib Nurmagomedov. So before he got to the UFC, he was just crushing cans at 170. And some of those fights were pro fights with only 2 rounds and shit like that. And then he came to the UFC, and then he went on a run at 155 pounds. But to me, he's not pound for pound one of the best. And then people say, but his skills. Okay, but nothing. Like, that doesn't mean shit, because GSP was the welterweight champion, beat everyone, went up to middleweight, won the title. While he was welterweight champion, he beat the lightweight champion, the 155-pound champion, came up and fought him, and he beat that guy. So it's like, no, dude, that's like a pound for pound. You're ranked way higher. You fought like multiple weight class champions, and so that's how you do it. In wrestling, you'd have to factor in like, okay, you won the WWE title 17 times, cool, but did you win every title? I'm not even trying to diminish Cena. He's not a good example because the only belt he did all that. He won the tag belts with different people and shit, like HBK and shit. So it would have to be someone like I don't know, like Bret Hart pound for pound, like in ring and shit. We can all agree he's like one of the best ever. But pound for pound, I don't even think he's one of the GOATs unless we're just looking at it like, well, it's based on skill and like draw power and shit. Okay, then I mean that's a whole other conversation. But if we're trying to do like titles and accolades and like oh, he competed in, like, Matt Hardy would be a good example. He's been a heavyweight champion, He was a multi-time cruiserweight champion. He was a multi-time tag champion. Okay, that guy's pound for pound. Like, we can definitively look at divisions. We got a coast to coast there from Wagner, near fall. We're just marking out about like some fake fantasy fucking shit that they would never do, because see, it's too convoluted for wrestling. That's why you just power rankings. Then it's like, okay, this guy won a title, and like Maxine Dupree, let's say she's power ranked like number 33, and then she gets a count out win over Becky that could shoot her up 10 spots, and no one would be like mad at it. You know, it's a power ranking. It's just that was a power move, you know. So that's the smarter way to do it. Vince was actually ahead of the curve on that one too. Let's be honest. If that was his idea, because they deaded that a while ago, and now things are more kind of sports based. Oh, the ego's edge. Ethan always just like, oh, kick out. Ego always has like these. He's just like dead, and then he just like powers up, hits his shit, and wins. It seems like with Ethan. It's like a weird, when you really think about it, it's like they really get him over in that regard. But Wagner just kicked out here, so maybe not in this regard. Maybe he fucking loses in this match, but it just seems like that always happens. He's like dead, then he just powers up, hits an ego's edge, hits two big moves, like gets the win, you know? And his move's like a power move. So it's like, you got to get, you know, it's like a power up that he's done this to so many people. It's actually interesting. People don't talk about it enough. And he does this move, this like, oh, he's going to like power slam him. He does that cross-armed, like pull off the top rope, like bomb up. Oh, ego. Oh, dude, he got spiked on that chair. Oh my God. Dude, that just looked so bad. Oh man. An ego kicks out. Holy fuck, buds. Pound for pound is not applicable to pro wrestling as winners and losers. Exactly, right? But when they say it on commentary, we assume they mean kayfabe. So like, okay, I'm just marking out here. How would we apply it in kayfabe? You know, it's fun to talk about. And then GSP had to lose to Sarah to evolve into GSP. In that fight, he just got tagged and fucking had to scrap back. You know, he just came swinging. He just was trying to tag Sarah back, and that's exactly it. That's a lesson you don't learn unless you lose. That's why Ali's the GOAT, because he fucking was the smartest fighter at many points, and he would figure out how to win fights he had no business winning, and that's what GSP was able to do later in his career too. But someone said he was scared to fight Silva. I don't believe that. It became a matter of Silva started going up to 205, and then GSP wouldn't go up to 85, and Silva wouldn't go back down to 70. Now, in Pride, before Silva was the GOAT, like when people beat him, when he got 4 losses and shit, he fought down at 70, but he didn't want to go down either. He didn't want to go down to 70, and GSP didn't want to go up to 85. Neither of them wanted to move weight, and I wouldn't say either of them were scared. It's just they're both way too smart. That's why they're the GOATs, you know? Same with Jones. Jones is smart. He vacated that belt. He didn't fight Aspinall. He's not a fucking stupid. And Aspinall, by the way, today got poked in the eyes. Cyril Gunn, fucking Ric Flair, double eye poked him in the fucking eyes. We're doing MMA talk now. Speaking of to the eyes, powder to the eyes. RKO off the top, a twisted grin or whatever off the top. Powder to the eyes, Mr. Fuji style. The last time we saw the powder, fucking Blake Monroe threw pink cocaine in Jordan Grace's eyes, which I swear I'm the only one who picked up on that joke. That had to be what the joke was. That had to be what they were alluding to. But yeah, dude, he fucking Gon just like stabbed out Aspinall's eyeballs, dude. But here's the problem. Gone was looking too good for what Aspinall's been on the bench too long. You have Dana White. Get your shit together. The fuck is going on there? I thought Aspinall was going to just fucking walk through Gone like Jones did, you know? But I don't know. They're going to rebook it. But yeah, dude, that finger eye poke bullshit, like that fucking sucked so bad. And he legit got both eyeballs. Like, that's fucking Bobby Boucher, Captain Insano, fucking double eye poke. He might as well have just done it Roddy Piper style, where you just fucking blatantly poke him in the eyes. Because that was fucking insane. And Aspinall's like, I can't continue. I wouldn't continue either. I'd be like, fuck that. Pay me to beat this guy's ass another time because, like, what the fuck? But it was just a weird card, man. It shouldn't have been on so early. Why didn't they go on later? Like, location, I get it, but, like, fuck. You don't want to compete with NXT? Well, it's not competing because it's the same company, but you don't want to, like, step on NXT. I don't get why you didn't go later, man. The earlier time just threw it all off. Because, again, I forgot UFC was on until fucking later. And I'm like, dude, today is just off. Everything's thrown off, so. Mary and Jesus in the front row. Gone nearly Stan Hansen, Aspinall. Yeah, it's all legal. Yeah, not a world title guy. Mary and Jesus in the front row. John Jones knows all about eye pokes exactly. Okay, let's get off the MMA tip. Let's get back into Kalani looking fine as wine as the Queen of Hearts. And here's Jordan Grace as Velma saying jinkies and shit.
Do you remember what that feels like? You know, I haven't been champion since TNA.
Connie, I don't know what's brought up here.
You know what? Never mind. You tried this attitude on before, and it got you nowhere. Now, you're crossing a line. Like, is it a problem with me specifically, or do you think that just because you're a champion again, that you're untouchable? Crossing the line? Yeah, you're supposed to be this smiley girl next door that everyone loves to watch.
I like that you think you know me, Jordan, but you don't. We've had, what, 2 conversations like ever? So wrap this up.
Damn, Kalani and Jordan beefing.
You know what? Maybe I will stick around because I have a great idea for your next challenge.
Oh, good thing that's up to me and Santino.
Well, actually, as luck would happen, me and Santino go way back.
Yeah, I was going to say, so Jordan's like, me and Santino go way back. I was going to say this. How would you... It makes sense, and if Kalani gets the win over Jordan, okay. I mean, it works, but you come to NXT just to wind up fucking, you're challenging for the TNA title again and shit. I was just like kind of, I don't know. I thought Jordan Grace would be more in like the world title picture than she has been, which is fine, but she's feuding fucking Blake Monroe and then now like challenging for the TNA title and shit. It's like she just left TNA. But it makes sense. Like story-wise, we've been wondering where does her alliances lie and shit, so it works. And they're promoting TNA Impact and AAA Evolve right here. A 2-week special event, NXT Gold Rush, Evolve TNA, AAA, NXT. And they've done such a great job of promoting TNA, AAA, and Evolve. All these shows are interwoven. All these feds are interwoven on each other's shit. And to the point where you don't have to say, Google it. Remember when AEW would do this shit and everyone's like, well, why do we care? Well, because like we don't know anything about Persephone. Like have her become a character on your show for a bit first. They did that. Gold Rush is going to rule. So let's get into some more WWE news, shall we? Okay. So speaking of Evolve and all of that, NXT's Tia Hale made her entrance on Evolve. So Tia Hale is here in Evolve. And she's flipping people off, and her thing is like, I'm a grown-ass woman. I think Thea Hale and Chase U should have been a main roster act. Just a main roster or whatever. And she's flipping the bird or flipping her ring finger or whatever. I don't know. It's just not too many girls go that route in wrestling, and it's like, we get it, you know? So WWE superstar Logan Paul was at set. Well, let's talk about actually people on the come up here. So WWE reportedly has plans to build a larger performance center in Orlando. It will include better facilities and a television studio, Brian. Yeah, Dave, we all know we're light years ahead of you. You are way behind the curve on everything. So speaking of young prospects, we got a list of names here. They announced their latest batch of performance center recruits: Jamie Garcia, Zozaya on the indies, Mike DeVecchio, Dusan Novakovic, Cyril Coquerel, Eigel Blanc, and Nathan Cranton. Okay, now one of the latest recruits is this gentleman here, Cyril Coquerel, who is formerly known as Aigle Blanc. And they just signed this guy. They're like, WWE just signed a demon. So I guess he's a masked guy who like has a bit of a following outside of WWE. You know, people are like into his matches and shit. So good for him. And hopefully he makes it one day. I have no idea who the fuck he is, but he wears a mask there and people are like, he's one of these names where people are like, oh man, this guy's a hooper and shit. You know how Twitter does. Speaking of hooping, which is the shits, which is not even a transition because Logan Paul's not the shits. Hooping, I don't know. We're getting freaky today. It's Freaky Saturday. What can I tell you? We're being sussy today, dude. What can I tell you? WWE superstar. Speaking of sus, there you go. I found it. Logan Paul was at Sam's Club today giving out free samples of Prime to fans.
Logan Paul giving out samples at Sam's Club. That's crazy. WWE superstar.
Sussy Saturday. WWE superstar. Yeah, go say hi, bud. Get some Prime. So speaking of WWE superstars and funny stories, or maybe this isn't funny, but Carmella calls out WWE again over Corey Graves' short paternity leave. She doesn't really call them out, though. She doesn't really call them out, but she just basically says that let's listen to it here. Let's share this. Ringside News. Here is Carmella. She gets asked on IG about, was Corey at the birth? I know he only had 1 week left until back to work. And so here's Carmella's response. Like, I don't know if this is a call out or just stating a fact, but. Oh, sorry, you guys don't have audio on that. Hey, yeah, StreamYard's fucking around lately. It's not sharing audio a lot of the fucking time, too, when you switch the tabs here, guys. All for what? To show chat on the screen? I don't even want to do that. So she gets asked, was Corey at the birth? I know he only had 1 week left until back to work.
Yes, he was here for the birth. Thank goodness. It just sucked because his paternity leave started a week early. And then by the time, because the Bram
Blake Monroe's the bride of Chucky, by the way, for those of you wondering what her costume is.
Was 5 days past his due date. So by the time he was born, Matt had to go back to work. Had to go back to work like 5 days after we came home from the hospital, which sucks. But I guess I'd rather have him leave a little early postpartum than miss the birth of his child. So we gotta compromise, I guess. Although I still think you should have way longer off, 5 days after the baby's born, and go back to work. That's crazy. But
yeah, that is crazy. But there's a bunch of people in America right now, Carmella, who fucking women who have babies and don't get maternity leave at all, and they have to just go back right after having their fucking baby. That's like the majority of people. So I would just count your blessings. Not to be like I'm in Canada, people get maternity leave. Okay? And we handle it very well up here, I think, personally. But I don't know. Just so many people have it way worse to where that's not even an option. Like, you would have to go back to work. The majority of America, They got to go back to work fucking right after they have babies. The woman, you know?
You gotta do what you gotta do.
So, not to knock her, but again, it's like, I don't know. What's the old saying? Privilege is blind to the, or like it's, you know, those who have it don't see it or whatever, right? Those who have it are blind to it. But speaking of like legends moving around and shaking things up in their life, Candice LeRae has been learning how to produce matches behind the scenes. She has been a producer for matches for WWE Main Event, including the one being filmed before SmackDown in Tempe tonight between the Street Profits and Los Garza. And then also she's quietly moved into a new role after stepping back from TV. So she's producing now. Good for her. Triple H will always keep DIY on as like those are his guys, right? And Candice is his gal. And so that's why they've been on the main roster. That's why they were kind of there heading his new era. Like when Triple H took over, it's like, well, DIY's over on SmackDown with the new titles and the machine guns and shit, you know. Those are his guys, so they'll always have jobs like producing and coaching and all of that in WWE. Speaking of always having a job, though, according to PW Insider, the belief in lucha circles, whatever that means, lucha blog, here's the thing. When PWI is reporting on this Andrade and Santos stuff, and I guess lucha circle stuff, I'll tell you all this. Just from me personally, or maybe don't even, who cares? Who cares what I have to say? I'm a redact. But PWI will be spot on about this Andrade shit. Like 10 out of 10. I would fucking have full faith in that. I don't know about their other news and shit. I don't know when they're talking about fucking TNA or whatever the fuck. I call it like I see it. You know, where Dave just has fantasy mark booking down or he knows about AEW shit. And you can kind of say, okay, he's probably right about this AEW shit because he knows them and talks to them. The same way Fightful's on point with their TNA contract news and their TNA news, right? PWI, when it comes to Andrade and Santos and shit, I would fully trust what the fuck they're saying. So I don't know what lucha circles means. That's such like a Dave Meltzer thing to say, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt on this one. WWE is trying to bring Andrade back to the company by enforcing his 1-year non-compete as leverage. So Andrade might end up back in the
Wrestling's not fake.
So he just shows up, attacks their top fucking guy, Kenny Omega, like one of the main guys in the company, and then WWE goes, "Yeah, we want you back on SmackDown, pal." Like, how fucked would that be? Beats the shit out of Kenny, dips out, comes back to WWE. Holy man, that's such a crazy fucking thing to happen. That's such a I don't know, man. It's just funny. It's just such a like shitty thing for AEW if they put him under contract, put him on TV, he jumps Kenny Omega. And then he just goes, beats up their top guy, comes back to fucking WWE and like is in the tag division. Then they just bury him. They just have everyone beat him. It just makes AEW look so fucking shitty and second rate. It's so, I can't believe Tony's like lawyers weren't on this.
Best
and
guys,
shit
Tony Khan.
When he came over. It's such an L. I don't even like hate on well, here's the thing. If people do hate on Andrade, like if you're a WWE fan and you're like, fuck this guy, don't even bring him back. Like, he's just going to cause problems. I totally get that. And if you're an AEW fan and you're like, fuck this guy, he's just going to get you sued and shit. Absolutely. You know, as far as Andrade, this is kind of gangster shit. Like, you don't get guys like this. You don't get wild guys like this. Like, Punk was kind of a wild guy, but you know he was just trying to be a company guy in AEW. And then when that didn't work out, it blew up in his face, actually, as a matter of fact. And then Dave, everyone wants to be like, well, he was a cancer. He wasn't a fucking company guy. Meanwhile, that's what he's doing in WWE now is what he was trying to do in AEW by being like, if you don't like Jack Perry, you're the problem. The reason those clips exist is because Punk was trying to be a company man like he is in WWE. He was trying to do that in AEW. He was trying to bring AJ Lee back. He was trying to create a new culture for the next generation. You guys literally threw it all in his face. He goes to WWE. So the problem is that with Punk, like, he didn't do it as, like, it's pretty gangster what Punk did, but Andrade's like showing up he's on SmackDown. All of a sudden he's on Dynamite like a week later. All of a sudden he beats up Kenny Omega. Then he's not in the company anymore. He wins a title in an indie fed. All of a sudden he's going to be back on WWE TV possibly, so he doesn't get sued and Tony doesn't get sued. And they're just going to like bring him back as a whipping boy, and he's just showing up. But here's the other thing though. He goes over there, beats up Kenny, and then he comes back to WWE, and then they beat him with someone. Like, think about the perception on AEW and shit. It's pretty gangster, man. It's some Wild West shit. We haven't really seen this since like the Attitude Era, before all of the guaranteed contracts and all of the Monday Night Wars and ECW suing and trading talent with WCW and Rick Rude's and Lex Luger's. Like, we haven't really seen some shit like that. So I actually like that Andrade's doing this. We need wild cards. We need people who are wild. And he'll smack fucking Sammy Guevara, dude. Andrade don't give a fuck. We need guys like that in pro wrestling. We honestly do. So I applauded on his end, but like, yeah, if it was my company, dude, I'd be wary about hiring a dude like this, man. Or at least I'd have my fucking... I wouldn't have been if Tony's lawyers looked over his shit, though. Like, that's on whoever the promoter is, you know? And to me, I would just wash my hands. Like, everyone involved, I would just wash my hands, let Tony have him and pay him. It affects their TV none. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the outcome is. It's just super funny, though, that he beat up Kenny and then dips out. Like, that is... You couldn't have fucked up any worse. You couldn't have fucked up any worse by having this guy show up, beat up Kenny, and then dip the fuck out and have to go back to WWE. Holy shit. You could paint that as a WWE guy went there, beat the shit out of your top guy, and dipped out. That's the narrative people should be running with online if this happens, you know? Because it's just like an LOL moment. But speaking of narratives that people are running with online, Titus O'Neil went on TMZ Inside the Ring, and he said that he feels safer in Saudi Arabia than he does in some parts of the United States. Now, I'm going to break this down for everyone because, listen, these comedians all went to the Riyadh Comedy Festival, and a bunch of them got made fun of, but nobody really cares. And then there's guys like Bill Burr, who has literally lost half of his audience. He's lost over 20,000 subs. He's hemorrhaging over 600 subs a day. On his podcast listens have cut in half. Went from 100,000 fucking plays each episode, now down to 50,000. And it's not just because he went to the Riyadh Comedy Festival. It's because he came back and he went on Conan O'Brien. I think it was Conan's live shows that he does, like his podcast. And he does, and Bill Burr, he's a guy who's like, dude, Beyonce goes and like she went and fucking did some concert, and he criticized it, right? They took millions of dollars and they played for like some war criminal, whatever. Bill Burr's coping, and he's sitting there like, dude, we were there performing for the people in Riyadh. No, dude, you were performing for the royals and the elites there. It doesn't matter that they brought out a Jewish lesbian comedian who did jokes. Yeah, it's for the it's for the elites. It's for the fucking people. All those sultans sitting in the front row, it's for them and their families and who they allowed to be there. And the rules are good for me, not for thee there. And I'm not some fucking geopolitical preaching about the ins and outs, but all it is you went and performed for the elites in this fucking country, where if you said that same shit, if you were just gay in public there, shit would be a whole different story. Now, the reason I don't give a fuck when UFC goes there and WWE goes there and these fucking F1, Formula One, and golf and soccer go there, we don't care, because these guys aren't virtue signaling like Bill Burr's like, dude, why Beyonce go and take millions of dollars? These billionaires, dude. You started virtue signaling, and then what happens is then you go there, take the blood money, and then when the fucking people, and then when you come back, literally Bill Burr and Whitney Cummings and some of these comedians who are just hemorrhaging followers and people are hating on them now, it's because now they're saying shit like, well, you're racist if you think I did something wrong. You're being xenophobic because of their culture or whatever. And Bill Burr's taking the route of like, I was on a peace mission. And I'm not joking. He's like, I was on a peace mission, like speaking, dude, you couldn't say things like that there, dude. And he's like, there was a KFC, there was a Walmart, that was next to the... Okay, yeah, because and this is what Titus O'Neil, like, I don't blame people for actually roasting Titus O'Neil. Usually I'd be like, everyone shut the fuck up. But here's the problem. Titus O'Neil, I feel safer there than I do in America. Yeah, bitch, you're in a fucking cornered off section of this country that, like, everyday people in that country aren't allowed there. It's a tourist area. And the girls, the WWE superstars go there and they get their own private sectioned off beach, which they like. And they're in bikinis in the water and they're taking photo ops and they're like, oh, we're in Riyadh and shit. But you can't do that everywhere else. That's the problem. So when you say dumb shit, like just say what Randy Orton said. Randy Orton had the best response. They want... Some people, this is years ago, they asked Randy Orton at an airport, I think it was TMZ, before they had Inside the Ring and shit. They're like, well, you're going to Saudi Arabia. Like, there's a bunch of backlash about blood money and all this stuff. Like, do you care about that? Or like, they tried to make it political. And Randy just said, whoa, no. He just shut it down and said, he just went, whoa, no. People want Randy Orton in Saudi Arabia. If the people want Randy Orton in Saudi Arabia, the people get Randy Orton in Saudi Arabia. Like, I'm not doing all that. That's not my job. My job is, I'm a fucking entertainer, dude. I'm a sports entertainer. They want me to compete and entertain in Saudi Arabia. We're going to compete and entertain in Saudi Arabia. That's what it's about. It's not about anything else for me. And so and the comedians who approached it like that as well, the reason I brought up the Riyadh Comedy Festival is because Russell Peters and these other comedians, like a bunch of them were like, no, dude, yeah, we went there for the money. I mean, yeah, it's fucked up. I mean, I got hired to do this gig. It's fine. We all understand, man. Like some people go and work at fucking garbage jobs that their boss is a piece of shit and they know it every fucking day. And it's like, I got bills to pay. I can't worry about the ins and outs of this and that. But it's when you start to virtue signal and shit. And Titus O'Neil doesn't virtue signal, but when you make statements like, I feel safer there than in America, it's like, well, yeah, you're a rich guy in America, so you don't probably hang out in the fucking neighborhoods that aren't so safe in America. And in Saudi, you're there being flown in by a fucking sultan and you're getting treated like a fucking god and you're being paid and they're making sure you're in an area like nothing could happen to you. And I don't know, man. It's just like a silly take. I would just say, look, man, they are wanted there, and there's women on billboards there because of that. And you know what I mean? Like, if I can be a part of change, that's awesome. I don't know if it is a part of change or if it's just for the elites, but all I know is that my job is just like I do here in America. I touch people's lives. I try and help where I can. I think I'm doing something right. That's all you can really do. So this is Titus O'Neil, though. I just ripped him up. So I didn't even rip him up. I just pointed out why people get mad when fucking rich people start saying shit like this. Okay, that's essentially what I'm getting at. Bill Burr, you can't talk about it's okay what Luigi Mangione or whatever did to billionaires, whether that's your opinion or not. You can't be like, well, dude, these billionaires should be in fear, but then you go and take money from trillionaires who do way worse. Like, or maybe not even worse, but do horrible shit, deplorable shit as well, depending who you ask, right? So again, I'm not a political one of these guys. That's a whole different show. Go watch Tim Pool or something for that shit. I'm just saying that, or one of these guys, I don't know. I just named one of these political fucking podcast guys, but fucking just when you're making these sorts of statements, you got to take the backlash. You got to take the hit. Right. I just say this. I'm redacted and fucking I don't have opinions on that shit because I really don't. I really fucking don't. But what I do know is objectively, bro, you're just like at a tourist destination. You're just taking money. It's like when Dennis Rodman goes to fucking North Korea, dude. He's just Kim Jong-un's bringing him in, and they're going to feed him well. Meanwhile, there's people starving there. But at the same time, I don't want to hear people virtue signaling about, like, you're taking blood money, tweeting on your iPhones on Twitter, where those iPhones were made in sweatshops and those fucking batteries were mine. Like, you know, blood money shit goes on to get the resources for these batteries and shit. Like, I don't want to hear it, you know, just shut the fuck up. So I don't know. Titus is getting backlash, and this is why it's reasonable why people would be like, dude, shut the fuck up when you say things like, I feel safer in Saudi Arabia. I mean, it's all anecdotal. It's a subjective opinion, but hey, everybody can voice their opinion nowadays. Sorry, I'm babbling so much on this topic, but it's because it's larger. Saudi Arabia now is larger than just pro wrestling. It's like affecting culture in certain ways. Like, not as far as the way we conduct ourselves, but as far as like golf's going there, racing's going there. Fucking how long until they have a Super Bowl there? How long till there's a Super Bowl there? WrestleMania's there, the Rumble. Tony would go there in a heartbeat. Tony Khan, if they are, you know what I mean? Comedy festivals now, like all of these things. It's greater than just WWE.
I feel safer in Saudi Arabia than I do in most places or a lot of places in the United States of America.
Wow. Some people have mixed opinions about that.
The first and foremost, most of the people that are complaining about the show being over there would never book a ticket to go over there anyway.
Okay, but that's not a fuck, bro. Holy shit, is that a dumb thing to say? Titus, you stay jacked, right? You stay jacked, and I'm sure he works out a lot, so he probably does eat takeout. But let's say his philosophy was like, no McDonald's. And then you said, well, I don't even go to McDonald's, so you can't say McDonald's is bad for someone or something, right? Hey, that guy fucking shot that guy, but I've never owned or held a gun in my life, so I can't say if that's a bad thing or not. That's a dumb fucking thing to say. This is what I mean. It's like, no, they wouldn't book a ticket over there. Yeah, because we're not allowed to. Because if I went there and said, fuck, some weird shit could happen, I get thrown into prison. We're not invited. We're not being paid to be there, dude. That's the difference. Like, I don't even know why you'd say some shit like that.
You don't hear about MASH.
And the people who are there, who go to the shows, were born there and shit. And when, you know, it's like, well, you're fucking born there. So it's just like, I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Shootings in Saudi Arabia. You don't hear about mass shootings in China. You don't hear about mass shootings in Japan. The first time that we ever went to Saudi Arabia, people had
deletions, dude. And that is true. America's got to get their shit together on that front. Like, big fucking time. Like, America's fucked up on that front. You don't get that shit in Canada either. People have guns here. People hunt. You know what I mean? It's not like, I know in America, everyone's like, man, Canada's communist, fucking lockdown, no freedom of speech, no gun. None of that's true. That's just fear-mongering American shit. I mean, yes, we're way more socialist-y fucking here, but that's because America's military protects us. They protect a lot of fucking people. And I'm okay with that. You know, we get health care because of that. So shout out USA, go America, right? I'm Team America as well, as much as the next man, right? We're in North America. You should be, right? But when you say, like, there's no mass deletions in this part of the world, bro, they delete people for being like gay and shit over there. Whatever. I'm not sitting here making I don't want to make a political statement, but bro, holy shit, you couldn't say something more like, and I guess he's saying like, well, there's bad things that happen here too. Right. And that's why people shouldn't virtue signal about this stuff in the first place. Don't virtue signal about the bad shit that happens over there. But yeah, just, it's like, dude, don't start bringing all this shit into it, Titus. You're fucking up, man.
All these negative things to say. I'm in my hotel room. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I see kids running around on the beach. Kids. So I get up the next morning and I ask my driver, I'm like, hey, are you guys not worried about like some of these kids like getting, you know, sexually assaulted or beaten or brutalized or kids?
Oh man, holy fuck, bro, dude, holy shit, this is crazy. This is actually insane. I didn't listen to this before. He's like, are you not worried in America? I mean, these kids are outside and they could get SA'd and beaten and shit. Yeah. Now did you ask the fucking sultans you were hanging out with about fucking women and shit, right? Like, oh my God, dude. Oh, it's just a crazy thing.
Now, whatever. They say no, because it's automatic death sentence. kids are safe over there, but kids are not safe in the United States. I think,
and I mean, that's fine. Like if you're a kid diddler, automatic, you're deleted. I mean, hey, that's a debate. I'd be willing, but like fucking kids are safer, bro. This is crazy shit. This is crazy shit to be saying, man. I don't fucking
if people
know.
went over to Saudi Arabia or had a chance to go there, their views would change dramatically. And I'm not saying that they get it all right, but we don't get it all right either.
Right, that's true. He should have just said that. This is all he should have said. Listen, I'm not saying they get it all right. We don't get it all right either. And I think I'm a part of making a difference. I believe that in my heart. And so, you know what I mean? Like, that's all you have to say. And so I'm with WWE. You know, I can't speak on any of the, any of the controversies, that's all you do. You don't fucking get into all the, I don't know.
I'd rather go as a performer.
And especially, and this is why, it's because he's saying this, I'd rather go as a performer. And it's like, bro, that's just it. You're going as a performer. You're not really there. You're not like living there and shit, trying to have a family and make a living for your kids there. And you have a wife there or whatever,
Well, number one, I'm going to be celebrated, not tolerated. And it's going to be a first-class experience for everybody that chooses to come to the show.
Man, I don't know. Sorry. I mean, I might have put some people off with my takes too on that. Go fuck yourselves. We're just having conversation here. And yeah, shout out Titus. I am a fan of his, and I think he is good for WWE. This isn't like end all. He's fucked. He didn't make that bad of a statement, but it just is he's okay, bro. Your experience is great. Now, it's like go ask Tony Khan, a billionaire rich kid, how his life experience is compared to like me or someone who came up the way I did or other people have in this world. It's pretty fucking cringe. He's just like, it's first class for anyone who chooses to come. Yeah, I bet you think that. Now, what about the people who didn't choose to be born there? And I don't know. It could be the experience probably a lot different. And what about the people who weren't invited? Or the people who aren't even allowed to drive unless you're within this confined area where the people invited get the first class experience, right? It's crazy. It's like the North Korea thing. Like, yeah, I'm sure Dennis Rodman loves North Korea. I don't know. That, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry because these are ats. At 613805 has been a member for 9 months. Shout you out. Do you guys see that on screen? The at handle? Like, what is YouTube and StreamYard doing? And then at has been a member for 6 months. Shout you out for being a member for 6 months. And thank you guys for your membership. Thank you guys. We acknowledge you. Guys, you can become members. You can super chat in if you support PWT. You guys can gift memberships. You guys can get in the Discord and check out Patreon if you support, or just hit like or retweet if you want to support for free, and just write in the comments or say what's up in chat or whatever, wherever you guys are watching this. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a weird time for this Halloween Havoc. Also, DJ Evo 5662 has been a member for 13 months. Acknowledge me. Appreciate you guys for that. You guys fucking rule. And just hit like, retweet, tell a friend. We're live on both channels. Replay will be at Pro Wrestle Times. Those are my plugs. It's a numbers game. I've gone from train of thought to JKG to thought. It's so hard with your guys' fucking ats, man. Makes no sense. People shouldn't be so up in arms for this guy feeling safe in a place where we haven't been. Right. It's just that, it's a first class experience, bro. He just said it right there. So I agree. Like, people shouldn't be fucking, he's just saying incredibly ignorant shit. Like, people don't have the luxury of going there like that. Like, I'm sure it rules being paid 6 or 7 figures to go to this place. You know what I'm saying?
Takedown charges in, bounces right off the rope, right back in. Andrade taking the challenger down. Challenger's locked in the turnbuckle.
It's just Bill Burr can't be like talking shit about millionaires and then fucking taking money from trillionaires. You know, it's like Titus O'Neil. It's like no one wants to hear you be like, I feel so safe when you're being paid to be there and given a first class experience, right? Like, but again, though, I'm with you on the fucking people got to stop with the whole. JC Jane's just in full Rhea Ripley garb here. But people have to stop with the whole like worrying, like, okay, they do bad shit there, they do bad shit here. Exactly. You're tweeting that on a cell phone. Dude, Paxley's one of my favorite wrestlers, I think. Starting one of my favorite NXT wrestlers at the least. In every match, she's so good. She sells her ass off. Her character rocks. She does cool moves. She's innovative. That's the problem, too, with that Chemical X faction. I thought they should have went to the main roster, and they were doing such cool shit as a team, man. They were just farming aura, as the kids would say. And now you have Gigi and Shotzi both gone, and Tatum just coming into her own. Look at that, like the step up on the apron in Zagiri. She just does these cool, unique moves, like taking moves we've seen, but making them innovative and not doing like 12 flips to do it, like not landing on her neck. Like Osprey, I know, bruv, I'll do a doomsday device, but you'll tope suicida over the top and then clothesline me to the outside, and then I'll land on my neck. It's like, no. She just did a step up enziguri off the apron. Or she does that backslide, catches JC, pulls her into a fucking, like a reverse tarantula hold or whatever. Like, she just does cool shit. It's a false equivalency. What? Are you talking about, bruv? And he was. Oh, no. Yeah, you're right. Cash Monet's spot. That's what I'm trying to say. Cash Monet's stealing the words from my mouth here. I feel safer in Saudi than in parts of the U.S., which is true. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Even in parts of fucking Canada, but it's such a false equivalency. Exactly, because I could say, well, in parts of Saudi, I feel less safe, bro. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, a woman in parts of Saudi can't even drive, bro. So, like, what are you talking about, right? So it's exactly that. It's just a false equivalency, dude. That's all it is. Whatever. We're not trying to argue about this, Chad. It doesn't matter. Like, I said it throughout the segment. Everyone has their opinions, but he's coming at it from such a subjective point of view where I don't blame people for being like, bro, shut the fuck up. That's why I brought up Bill Burr. Bro, shut the fuck up. No one cares that there's a KFC there. Just say you took the money. Stop coping by saying there's a KFC there, right? It's like, Titus, don't cope and say people get essayed in America. Well, that happens everywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying, dude? We fucking, yeah, there's kids running on the beach. Yes, all the multi-million billionaires they invited there and their kids are allowed to run around on the beach. What are you talking about, you know? So, again, I digress. We're done that. But how do you guys feel about Fatal Attraction? Just like, or is it Fatal Influence? Fatal Attraction. Isn't that a movie? That's a movie I used to get horned up to when I was younger. No, I'm joking, but I told you it's Sussy Saturday today. Fatal Attraction or Fatal Influence. Yeah, that's a movie. Who's in that one? Yeah. That's with Michael Douglas, right? Yeah. So, anyways, Fatal Influence, it's just Lainey Reed replacing Nyx, right? Like she's just in there. Just filling the slot, doing her own thing, but Glenn Close, George, yeah. Yarmeen, PWT. We saw Glenn Close's boobs in it, exactly. KFC is trash now. Yeah, they don't do crispy chicken year-round. I think I complained about this before. When you're in a 5-star resort anywhere, yeah, it's the same as even in, like, Mexico, dude. You know why. The resorts are all up on a fucking hill. Like, well, depending where you are, right? But it's you all know why it's like that, right? Like, it's fucking like military soldiers surrounding the fucking hill, and then you go up and you fucking And then at the bottom, there's a jewelry store that they make the shuttles make you visit before you fucking go anywhere else, like into the actual Mexico. Why do you think that is, right? We all know, dude. Shout it out. I'm all for like protect the fucking people. It's where you're making money, right? But it's like it's just it's all it is, and people just don't like to hear it from like. And not saying there's anything wrong with people being rich and shit either, by the way. I'd love to make $1 billion show. People are fucking in it. Like, good for WWE when they make 150 billion. It just shows you how hot wrestling is. It affects me none, you know, but I'd love a few million. Throw a couple my way. Throw a couple my way, honey. You know, throw me a few bones over here. I'm all for it, dude. Don't get me wrong. But it's just like, just say you took the bag, bro. Say you like the first class experience, bro. Just say that, you know, we get it. We'd all love it, you know. We'd all love that too, dude. We can all admit we'd love that part of it, you know, but then it gets into other shit. And it's like, okay, you guys are just fucking shut up, you know. So JC Jane like is Rhea Ripley, right? Like that's what she is for Halloween. Am I wrong about that? Or is she just doing her thing? Isn't AEW on tonight? LOL. Yeah, dude. Collision. I don't know if we're gonna watch it. Did it just start or what? We can maybe hang out and watch it. I don't know. Let me check. Is it on right now? I'm not throwing it on, guys. We'll fucking. It's like I saw the card. We can look at the Collision card if you guys want. I have it, I think. Yeah, so here's AEW Collision. You got the Young Bucks and FTR, who the Bucks are kind of turning, but are like in an 8-man all-star, and it's a $400K all-star 8-man tag. So who gives a shit that the Bucks just won a $500K tag match at the pay-per-view. So in kayfabe, Tony's throwing all this money around. Why? Because he can't actually in real life anymore. Now, I do have an allegedly. Should I just read? I'm going to read. Fuck it. It is Saturday. You don't want to miss PWT because this is where you get shit. Like, I'm going to read you a convo I had with someone where I say a lot and someone here allegedly says a lot. So I get this message. So someone said this week. Wait, hold on a second. I might have. Someone said this week that Tony Khan gave Edge everything to stay with AEW. Interesting way of saying this, of wording this. So I guess that locks him out of WWE return rumors. And I said this. If my math is right, which has been confirmed to me it was, Edge's original deal will be up after the next 5 to 6 months, or his original deal's up 5 to 6 months later after September, October 26. So like Feb, April 27. The reason for that is because Edge signed with AEW for 2 years with a third-year option that would have been up this month or last month, but he got injured for 7 months. I'm pretty sure TK's options have to be agreed upon by the talent too, because he's shit at business. I know for a fact TK can't and doesn't freeze time for acting gigs and music tours and indie dates, etc., but he does for injuries, unless someone like Edge negotiated that he couldn't be frozen for injury time. But it's not it's so standard in wrestling. I don't see them doing that. So what Buddy's saying could mean Edge turned down the 1-year option, which was like a $3 million a year minimum. Then TK renegotiated a whole new deal where he threw the house at Edge. Or maybe Tony didn't choose the option because it's all private. He could do that. So he could just renege a new deal entirely and throw the house at him that way. TK recently said in an interview that FTR and Edge and Christian were supposed to run their training facility and train the future generations of AEW wrestlers, but financially it didn't make sense and fell through, though. Tony's got to be running out of free play money to throw at everyone. He cuts so many corners everywhere else. I wonder if for the top guys, he'll just still open the checkbook. And then the response I get is, I don't see why Khan would want to keep Edge. It would help AEW to dump all the top names. And I said, I 100% agree. I think for the Jerichos and Edges, he'll throw blank checks at them, cut corners everywhere else. And then I get this back. There's so many positives if Jericho goes back to WWE. Someone who I know told me, someone who I know told me, Dominic personally told him that he's campaigning for WrestleMania if Jericho gets officially signed. Dom Jericho Mania. Guys, when I bring this shit to the show, we might have went too deep tonight. Sorry, guys. It's fucking Stooge Saturday. It's a sicko-y stoogey Saturday here. So this is all allegedly as well. This is bullshit. I'm making this all
allegedly.
Up, okay? Right? But Dom personally has campaigned for Jericho at Mania if this shit's all true, allegedly. Khan has to know this and is trying to stop it from happening, especially during WrestleMania season. I still can't believe AEW let Rhodes go a month before Mania. That was just stunning stupidity. And I just say Cena pinning Jericho, that has to happen. He's the only reason AEW ever got a TV deal to begin with. And then, by the way, these two ladies are cooking, man. Or rocking on, dude. We got to retire cooking. I brought it back. So, and then the conversation goes on. This is what's being told to me. If Jericho's AEW deal does run out on December 1st, I can't say anything else. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Chad. I got to stop talking there. And then I'll say this part. Jericho versus Cena, to me, and knowing full well it won't help the roster in the future, is exactly the match I would watch. And I just concurred with that. Jericho versus Cena. Let's make it happen, PWT Universe. And, yeah, there you guys go. There you guys go. So as far as AEW is concerned, man, none of this matters. So basically the point I was getting at was the 500K match. I don't think Tony can throw money around like he used to IRL. So now the gimmick in his wrestling show is every night there's hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line. So it's just stupid. And then it's Jungle Jack Perry, Luchasaurus. And why, again, Tony doesn't get it because he's a rich kid. And this is what we were just talking about. Why do we care that rich people are getting richer? I don't care that you're rich. But why do I give a fuck if these guys are winning 400K every single night? It makes you a snobby, elitist company, especially when the production's been taking a hit. You guys are cutting corners with high school workers, and the buildings are shite, and the attendances are so low. How about invest? You're already paying these guys hundreds of thousands to millions. We already know. Why don't you invest that money in some shit? That's all it makes us ask as why don't you have a cool set like Halloween Havoc for any of your shows? That's all, as fans, that's all we can help but ask. We'll hear from Hangman. Okay, Pac versus Ishii. So Ishii's job is just every collision you just wrestle someone from the Death Riders. It's complete and utter buffoonery. They just parade Ishii out there every collision. He just fights a Death Riders guy. Who gives a fuck? Tekla is taking on Mina Shirakawa. That's worth it. That's worth it. That's the best thing you could have put on this TV show, is Tekla versus Mina Shirakawa. Brian Keith versus Ace Austin. So Ace Austin is back, finally. And Hook is in singles action. Then you have MXM TV casting call, which all they're going to do is make they're just going to make gay jokes and sexual innuendos and shit. So there you go. That's preview for AEW. Who gives a fuck? We're not watching that tonight, guys. And some allegedly, guys, round of applause in an amazing match. The crowd was white hot. But Izzy was blatantly going to fucking turn on Paxley in the culling. But now, the guys in the culling are all for her. So who knows what's going on there. But we have a new NXT champion. Round of applause again. What an amazing fucking finish. What an awesome thing. I mean, it's weird because like the culling, whatever they're called. It's weird because they're like a culty heel group. So, but you want to cheer for Tatum, and she does deserve it. I mean, JC Jane and Fallon and Laney could be on the main roster. Like I say this all the time with these women. Call them up, bro. I don't want to see Kiana James and fucking Julia. I'm sorry. Just call these ladies up. And then Paxley, it's her time. She's so fun. She's going to be, her matches give me way more intrigue than JC Jane's. I just got to be honest. JC had her run. She had a historic run. While JC's being pinned, you could see her looking for the ref like, buddy, I'm laying down here for like, start counting before it looks like I just buried by this move. So it's good that there was a second of hesitation where you thought maybe JC could kick out, but then fucking boom, the 1, 2, 3 happens. Tatum's the underdog. We all love the underdog. She just has an interesting character. I think this is awesome. This is really fucking good. Get JC Jane and Fatal Attraction, as we call them here at PETA. Get Glenn Close and them up to the main roster now. I'm all for that. And just what a tremendous match with a white hot crowd. Even the Blake match too. I don't give it as much due, but it didn't go as hard as this one. And so far, this has been a great Halloween Havoc. I'm having a great fucking time. And we have the Hardys and the main event left. So I cannot wait. No more news, no more allegedlys. We're going to lock in for the rest. The women absolutely killed it. Tatum's fucking spectacular. And this is good shit. I'm so sorry, your names are coming up like handles at 613-805 for $2. Thank you so much for your support, bruv. Poor people don't watch AEW, I thought. And you're right about that. So, oh no, I don't want to do that. I accidentally put you in timeout by accident. Glitchy StreamYard. Ladies and gentlemen, where is the drop that you are asking for? Here we go.
Poor people don't like AEW.
This show fucking stinks. I don't know why you super chat into it. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it so much. And then Rabid Wolverine LC Killer 17. I only know because you did RWLCK. For 2, Paxley is the new champion. I'm so happy. Me too, dude. And thank you so much for your fucking support. I am so pumped for that. I was putting her over fucking huge. And that match really was awesome. And not that JC sucks or her reign couldn't have continued. I actually picked JC to win. But I think you do need a title change, and none of the other titles switched around that we saw yet. So I'm assuming that Saints and the Hardys are both going to retain. So that's the belt to switch around. JC could always win it back or call her up to the main roster, like I'm saying. Okay? I got to tweet it out. Tatum Paxley rules. And that was an incredible match.
I'm ready right now. Tickets go on sale this Wednesday via eating.com. First exciting bits. We have an NXT, the women's.
So yeah, the Gold Rush. I'm gonna bookmark this for WWE News. We'll talk about it on Wednesday. Wednesday, we have another jam-packed show. It's gonna be such a fun one, and I can't wait for it. Again, Dave Meltzer Dumb Moment of the Week, guys. If you're just tuning in now as well, Dave Meltzer Dumb Moment of the Week. Those shows are going to be. They won't be 3 hours and shit every time. We've refined it. I figured out what I'm gonna do to just keep it a tight like hour and a half. 2 is the maximum. Hours is what that show's going to do. I thought they would be like an hour and a half, but I just go off on Dave so much. So we got to figure it out though. But yeah, Gold Rush for NXT coming as well. Can't wait for that. And Blake, oh yeah, Blake won the North American title, but here's the thing. It was Zarya and Blake. Like Blake's the fucking champ, but you know, what's her face had to vacate, right? Sol Ruka. And so what's up with the speed title though? Like she's going to be healthy by the next tournament. Like why didn't she have to give that one up?
Oh, Dark State. Those are strong words from a powerful group of renegades like you. But if you thought you caught the Hardys off guard with what you did last week, you didn't.
You're more naive than you realize. We have been around the block together, separate teammates, rivals, man. We have been.
Here we go, dude. I'm pumped for this fucking match. The Hardys can do no wrong in my book.
We knew you weren't going to go away after you lost the NXT titles to us. Dare I say, we knew you'd come.
Yes. I am broken. Guys, there's 212 watching right now. Yes, PWT live show started way fucking earlier because NXT Halloween Havoc started earlier. You guys missed WWE news. For the people tuning in late, maybe we'll stay on for a bit, do some AEW news after or something. I just said I just did an allegedly segment where if you missed that one, you're a dumb fuck. Go back. No, I'm just kidding. I love you all, but go back and watch. I'm telling you. You guys don't want to miss this fucking show. PWT's goated. PWG, we're changing the name, and we're going to trademark that. The G is for goated. No. But thank you guys. Super chat. Become a member. Gift a membership. Hit like, subscribe, or retweet or whatever. That's how you support this fucking show. Appreciate you all. Hopefully, Rebby Hardy doesn't have a meltdown on Matt Hardy after this. A public meltdown. Rebby Hardy on WWE TV. That's a rare fucking thing. Good on NXT for just letting the Hardys do their thing with this. For real. Shout out WWE for just letting them do what they do and not overproducing it. George Capture for 5 says, we super chat because we dig what you do, Phil. Bro, thank you. I dig what you do. I dig everybody doing me in chat. Pause. Sussy Saturday.
Oh, come on now, Eric.
Thank you so goddamn much for your support. It means the world, and this shit's growing, and we added a new show, and I love it. I fucking love it, and I just appreciate everybody. Man, we crushed 7,200 subs as well on the main channel. Over on Pro Wrestle Times channel, we're almost at 2,100, and thank you guys so much. I started whipping out some new thumbnails and shit. I hope you guys enjoy those. You know, just a new style. I think that's more... Well, I know for a fact, I don't like to do the business meeting fucking shit on pods. I think that shit's cringe. So many people do that these days. But just shout you guys out. You guys are showing support more and more, and I fucking love you all. Juan Tenta, who has a normal name. For 2. Says silly boy. Thank you for calling me silly boy. Why do you have a normal name? Juan Tenta just didn't get his handle? What's going on? But I appreciate you, Juan Tenta, for the 2.
Acknowledge me.
Super weird, super sus. Just a sussy Saturday. You all can change your name in the YT setting. AEW is the epitome of bad for business. Nice. Best show, hands down. Omar for 2 says, brain melts moment of the week. Yeah, so guys, Dave Meltzer, dumb moment of the week, my new podcast, hashtag double DMW. Okay, so hashtag DMW. Use that hashtag. I'll put it in the chat right now. Everybody use this hashtag when talking about the show. And when you're talking about it on YouTube or whatever the fuck you're doing. And yeah, it's Dave Meltzer, Dumb Moment of the Week, the new podcast, not including the max numbers, 30 million viewers. How about that? And I love doing it every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And we still make fun of Dave every fucking live show, and we will continue to do so. You know what I mean? It's not like we making fun of Dave is exclusive on that show. We still do it every fucking live show and everything. It's just a new show.
Oh my God, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
And I Jocktober Dave, basically. So it's good shit. And I've been working on some new segments too. So we have some new segments coming to PWT Wednesdays and Saturdays as well, the live show. And we'll see how those do. Again, it's just about preparation and refining them and making sure, you know, but it's the woken. So again, they're not going to do broken. They're just going to go woken. Now, I'm not mad at this because when the reason why Vince didn't let Matt Hardy he just had to own, like, well, we'll call it woken, pal. If they had have brought the woken broken universe to WWE in this era, I guarantee they would have been allowed to call it broken. But it's the fact Vince was there. He had to put his stamp on it in some way. Woken. I'm okay with them just using Woken in WWE. This way, whenever they do this shit in WWE, it's under the Woken banner and WWE owns it. And then when they go do their broken shit elsewhere, they own it. And it's the, you know. Have I checked the show's Gmail? No, bro, I fucking haven't. I don't even check my DMs anymore. I gotta be honest. I'm sorry, bro. We get flooded, and it's just like, I don't know, bro. I get anxious looking at all these shits sometimes. Okay. Oh, I see you right here, Kevin. Holy shit, man. Rhea's looking juicy. Rhea's looking juicy, guys. Yeah, it's not a thirst trap. It's a Gaines photo. Holy shit. Oh, yeah, dude. Okay, I'm going to pull this up for you motherfuckers.
Who we got in this match? We got Osiris Devourers. Who we got? Who we got coming to Cave?
Is this the best pick we can find? Check that out. That's Rhea Ripley. That's mommy right now. Oof. No, plenty, and I'm not sick of anyone DMing me. It's a lot, bro. And my phone's been busted. Like, I literally don't have a phone right now that my phone just got the black screen of death. And whatever. I went to see to get it fixed. They're like, oh, it'll have to get sent away, whatever. And then I've just never done that yet. And I'm like, do I just buy a new one? I don't know what to do. And I just haven't really been worrying about it for the last 2 weeks at least. And so when I have been popping on Discord and everything and on fucking X and everything, I'm just mostly just looking for news and shit. And I'm just quickly going on and then I'm just dipping out, I'm not trying to, because when I sit at my computer, it's mostly to do work. I've been filling my time and there has been times where I start chewing my nails a bit where I'm like, fuck, I just should be scrolling or I like to play Boggle. I like to play word games and shit on my phone, just stay sharp, and yeah, so that I haven't been able to do that. And that's made me a little eager, but maybe I should start lifting like Rhea because look at those fucking gains buds. Look at these fucking gains. Holy dude. Look at the definition on those high def. Rabid Wolverine Else Killer 17 for 2 says I went to the bar earlier. Nice. Well, cheers, buddy. I'm drinking a coffee. And yeah. Awesome. Cheers, buddy. I might have a brewski later. I'm not sure. It depends. I got some work I gotta get done. Shout you out, buddy. Thank you for your support. There's a lot of factors that go into this match. I mean, facing an obscure team this power, of course, going to be behind the court, the hardest, going to be the challenger, the champion. Here we go. Okay, we're locked in for the Hardys. It's a Hardy party. Chairs, Dark State. It was 4-on-2 for a second. I wonder if cinematic shit starts happening, though. If the Hurricane shows up, in Hurricane gear, he's shown up in 1 or 2 of those fucking broken universe matches. Oh! Oh my God! My guy took a fucking back body drop over the top, feet first, didn't hit the table. This is what happened. Either he was supposed to hit the table and didn't, and he's supposed to go through it. And I love how they let Jeff paint the tables like he does for fucking in Halloween, or maybe they got some intern to do it or something. There you go. Jeff puts him through the table. Yeah, man. Buddy missed the fucking table. I was going to put that on well, why'd they put a table there if he wasn't supposed to hit it yet? But clearly he was. He fucked up. Jeff just like twist of fate someone through a table. Holy. Yeah, Jeff's just doing headshots. See, these fucking these Dark State guys are green as fuck though. They really are, bro. Like every match you see like a lot of the like they just haven't been in there with the Hardys. Like they don't know how the Hardys flow type shit, you know? And it's fine. I'm not hating on them at all. This is where they're supposed to be. This is where they're supposed to be learning. It's NXT, right? But it's such a big platform now. Like NXT is such a big platform. It's Halloween Havoc. It's got the Halloween Havoc name. You got fucking the Hardys in there with you. I just think like if these guys would invade Evolve and shit, it would have done and like TNA and stuff for a little while longer. It would have did them more wonders. But even TNA, man, TNA operates at a high level. They got some good wrestlers over there. And like Jeff knocks what, 2 guys down with the fucking table? Like, what's going on with that? You gotta love it.
First duel to take it to Dark State like this. I mean, look at these unique tables coming out. You don't think that has the Brother Nero touches on them? We have it, man. This is it. But I also agree. This is the first time someone.
Who did Harlem Heat wrestle at Halloween Havoc again? I think one of the, like 93 or maybe earlier than that even. Maybe they've been on a few, but I just watched one recently. They uploaded to the WCW Vault. If you aren't green in an NXT, something is wrong. No, true that. I agree with you guys. It's just that it's such a big platform now. Like when I started PWT a couple of years ago, I would say, I would preach all the time, like NXT shouldn't even be on TV realistically. Like, you know, you feel bad for some of these guys because they get judged to such a high level so early. And now that's why you have to break out Evolve and do WWE ID, because it's all just under the microscope. And even those NXT house shows now, what's happening? They're going viral and shit. Well, before they used to like escape, before they used to get away, do the NXT house shows, you know, have Braun Strowman wrestle a match. No one, you'd see like one cell phone photo, if that. Like people weren't really fucking stooging what was going on. And now, like, we know what's going on at these live events. They have Miro showing up. Like even those are getting too big. Right. And long gone are the OVW days where you can have like a Leviathan and then like have Batista debut on TV and like, who is this guy? I've never seen him before, you know? We see everyone and everything. Oh, Swanton from Jeff. The leg drops. Oh, God. Hardy shit. Hardy shit. Hardy shit. But I think they've done a good job of having NXT become like the tweener system. Now it's a mix. Yeah, you'll get main roster and shit, and NXT will cross over, but we still have guys learning here. It's like the hub of learning, but like making to NXT is like another level of Evolve and ID and all that shit. I like that. I like that they've established that, because there's no way to avoid it unless you go to the indies, where not everything's under a microscope on the indies, you know? Like some of it goes viral. Some of the indies, GCW people talk about all the time, HOG and shit. But like Shotzi's wrestling a match right now that nobody knows of it, right? So it's good that they did that. Regional circuits matter, dude.
This is back down to 2-on-2. And then this broken rules match again, all 4 men are legal. There are no tags that need to be made. The decision has to happen inside the ring. But right now, Lennox, right now, Cyrus, Let's get the audience take it to stages. I think that's another question. I think that's a valid question as well.
They arrived at the Dark State in February. Some would say that we're going to learn a lot about them tonight.
Yeah, dude, who's in chat saying the Toronto World Series? I know we don't. That's the thing. We don't fucking. No one in chat's really huge on the fucking baseball. Everyone's talking football and NBA and shit and hockey and shit in here all the time. But yeah, shout out the fucking Blue Jays, man. Up one game, and are they up right now or what? What's the score on this shit? Top of the fourth, 1-1. Yeah, I'm gonna pop hard for that, dude, if they fucking win. Just again, you guys know I say it on the show, I've fallen off of like every other sport but wrestling and MMA the last like fucking I don't know. Come playoff time for hockey, I'll lock in, or big time. I know what's going on. Like I keep track of my fucking team and everything. You guys know I'm an Oilers fan. Raptors, like I just have not kept up with NBA. Or NFL at all, and fucking CFL either. I should be ashamed of myself. And baseball, yeah, I just haven't really. Well, no, I know what's going on. I've kept my finger on the pulse with baseball. Like I was fucking when I was a kid. I would like collect baseball. I was such a baseball fan, dude, when I was younger, especially. But it's just not like as big in Canada as. I think probably even like soccer's bigger here, honestly, than baseball. Maybe that's blasphemous to say, but I feel like, even the World Cup gets more hype than like the World Series, unfortunately. But documentary just came out about the Expos, though, on Netflix. Like who killed the Expos or whatever. I want to watch that. CFL is awesome, and I've been fucking up, man. I should be keeping up on it. Big scandal for the Jays happening right now. Multiple players tested positive for performance-enhancing maple syrup. 1-1 at the moment. Yeah, I'm watching both. Fuck, I should have the Jays game on. What am I doing? Yeah, gotta get the Jays on. This match is going good, and oh, dude, yeah, he's like Beetlejuice, right? What's his name? The ring announcer, spear through the barricade. They're going hard, man. The Hardys just doing this fucking hardcore shit. I mean, goddamn, they're really trying to help get these guys over,
This matchup continues. Everyone that's hit the scale, I can tell you that.
Leon Evans, Leon Slater, two men we saw open the night, the Hardy pupils.
Okay.
Somewhere looking on, watching this matchup, and right now watching the.
Here we go.
This is sellout in the back. With the boys at the monitor watching this match right here. It's a sellout, trust me.
The NBA gambling scandal. Yep, I've been reading and hearing all about that. The NBA's fucking rigged, bro. So is the NFL. No, I'm just completely joking. But I think that. Well, no, I don't know. Sometimes you question, man. Sometimes you really question some of those sports and some of the. And I know it's like crazy, but there's just too many like scandals and gambling scandals and all this shit over the years to where. But you have to know that'll be a part of it. It's sports, man. Like that's always going to be a part of it. So yeah, I haven't like dove deep into all of it, but I've definitely heard the surface level. I've read there's a couple tweets, that obviously have gone viral about it and reports and shit that everybody's sharing around. And yeah, I'll definitely be watching some videos on that because that shit always pops me. I like those sports docs, man, like The Last Dance and all that shit like that, But Oh no, what is Jeff doing now?
It's a little different than anything that I've ever seen in this business. Trust me on that.
You've been in the ring with them. You share the locker room with them. Not being the Hardys, but you never have shared the locker room with them in this state.
But yeah, the Jays are ruling. I'm a huge Saskatchewan Rough Riders fan as well. Well, that's just the team. Fucking like I haven't been locked into sports, so I'm a Raptors fan. Like Canadian teams in NFL, I like the Falcons, but again, I was just a big Michael Vick fan before. Before the controversies. No, but even after that, because I was younger, I didn't really understand what was even. That is like, oh, he got in trouble, you know, like you didn't at the time. You're just like, oh, he's so fucking good. So, but yeah, and then I like the Edmonton Oilers and NHL, and I keep up the most with the Oilers, and I would say probably the Jays right now as far as like just looking up what they're doing. But like the Rough Riders are killing it in the CFL. I mean, everyone's doing good. All the teams are fucking killing it right now. Other than, I guess, the Oilers, that I'm worried that they're going to try and, like, trade McDavid away or something mid-season, you know? Like, their deal was, like, just such a nothing. Like, he's going to leave if they don't win a chip soon is what that deal felt like to me. So, what are the Falcons doing right now? 3-3? Fuck yeah, I'm looking up records right now. You guys are gonna fuck around. I'm gonna have no time for anything. I've just been pro wrestling and MMA and boxing out. I gotta be like bare knuckle FC. I've just been keeping up. Like I'm starting to like look at power slap cards for wrestlers now. I don't even like power slap, but I'm like, oh, are there any wrestlers on there? Because wrestling and MMA will always be my top two. Like no matter what, those are just my two favorite overall sports. We're sporting events. Jeff off the fucking. 2 tables, no Devon to break the fall. Also, they did it the other way, so Jeff didn't crack the back of his head on the rungs, and Matt just held the ladder in place. They went off the side. But typically, Jeff does it the other way because the legs support his weight. If you're jumping off the side like that, you'll kick the ladder out from underneath you, right? Now we're back to breaking down from sports and Canadian sports to now we're back over here, buddies, to the fucking psychology of pro wrestling there, buds. Yeah, George doesn't want to see Jeff doing this shit. I know it's every single one. You're like, oh no. The Mammoth, yeah, the Kraken and the Oilers. I don't like the Kraken either, the fucking Ice Mammoth or whatever. The Vegas Golden Knights, that's a shit name too. They should have been called the Las Vegas Lights. That should have been their name. That would have, boom, right there. But, yeah. And I'd be fucking pulling for the Expos if they were still around. I think I saw someone in chat because I said something about the documentary. Anyways, fuck those other sports. We're watching real graps here, okay? The realest of all fucking sports. And I'm not a big soccer fan either, just so you guys know. I know a lot of Canadians are. But I'm not one of those soccer guys. Definitely more into football and puck and shit, you know? I have no MLS or World Cup team or cricket team or whatever. I don't get too obscure in the European sports there. Wrestling's not fake. Yeah, dude. I should have played it.
Wrestling's not fake.
It's the realest shit out there, dude. This is fucking real graps, bro. Party. Fuck the Falcons. No. They're just naming names after Pokemon and Power Ranger bots. They're legends. Like to see. Okay. Yeah, chat's popping me tonight, man. Good work, chat. You guys rule. And we're hanging out more because we're watching this goddamn show. I think, guys, there's not really any AEW news. We'll just save it for Wednesday, okay? Trust me. We'll have a jam-packed show Wednesday. We will debut my new segment Wednesday as well, okay? On Wacko Wednesday. And we will have plentiful of news. And Dave Meltzer, Dumb Moment of the Week, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern. And those shows are going to go a little shorter. Don't forget, I've told you here like 12 times. They're going to go a little shorter. And we're going to make fun of Dave just a tad more than we already do on the live shows as well, because I just figured out how to weave it nicely to where we won't be there for 3 hours. That was so much Dave this last show. I was like, holy fuck, man, 3 hours of Dave? Oh, a doomsday device. Through the table, off the ladder from the outside. And they win the titles back. Crazy. Huh. Maybe we see Dark State and them fight in like the Hardy compound or something and they do some goofy stuff. But no goofy shit, no teleportations, no like run-ins, no Shannon Moores or Wild Hurricanes pop in and the 4 guys beat the 2 guys how it should be. Because that's 4 motherfuckers against 2, this whole thing. So I'm not actually mad at this. You know, this is like Hardy shouldn't be reign supreme and we reign supreme in burrito supreme in a cutlass supreme, yeah. Gonna get 1, 2, 3 supreme. Yeah. Gonna get 1, 2, 3. You guys like Tenacious D or what? That was the worst match of the night. Agreed. This was the one. This one took the energy down. And even Mr. Iguana's botches weren't as egregious as like, not even that any of this was egregious, just we didn't need it. We didn't need it. It looked like Jeff might have got really hurt a couple times. And yeah, well, it is what it is, guys. It was just fun Halloween Havoc, hardcore mayhem match. It is what it is. And not every card's flawless. To me, this show has been a solid. It's an A- right now. I will say, I will say it is a solid A-. And we will see how this main event, if it brings it down to a B+ effort, or if it keeps it just like A- for me. Okay. Because all these other matches were cooking before. Like I had fun with all of them, crowd white hot. Even for some of these hardcore spots, the Hardys didn't really, and like this, they didn't really care about. Some of this is just you don't want people to die. That's, you know. This has been the best PLE in a while for NXT. Maybe. I don't know about in a while, because what does that mean? Compared to their last one, yeah. Compared to the one before that, I want to say that one was good. No. I don't understand why anyone enjoys watching Jeff destroy himself. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't need to see him doing all that every time. But I get why. Like, I do selfishly as a fan, I do want to see him reestablished in WWE so we get that Hall of Fame induction and all that. Like, that's what we're getting. So that's what I'm selfishly looking forward to. So. You guys get School of Rock, and then you get to Schoolhouse Rock. George, you old son of a bitch. No, dude, we love you, but that's fucking hilarious. He says School of Rock, you go Schoolhouse Rock. Both very good, by the way. Both very good, but yeah, Tenacious D is Jack Black's band. That is correct. That's fucking awesome. That's so funny. I see you guys going Schoolhouse Rock. I'm like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. Let's go.
Let's take a look at what's going down this Tuesday on NXT. We saw the champion stand up.
So the Evolve Women's title is going to be on the line.
72 hours, she'll put her Evolve Women's title on the line. Great. Lash, one-on-one Tuesday on NXT. These two men have had very similar paths, both hungry for more. Who is striving to be the greatest?
Everyone hydrate. I just chugged down a fucking pint of water. And I'm sipping some iced coffee over here. Everybody drink something right now. Get some fluids in you. Drink some water, preferably. Just a quick hydration check. And then we got the TNA Knockouts title. So we got, it's title fucking Tuesday at NXT. We got the Speed Tournament Final. Axiom versus Jasper Troy. And then we have the Evolve Women's title, and then we have the TNA Knockouts title. So every PLE is great with you, Phil. Thank you, dude. It's fucking great with you guys too. I really love doing these watch-alongs, and we're just gotta grow. We need like fucking, let's double up now. Let's fucking keep sharing these videos around, telling wrestling friends about it. And I don't know. And go check out my other channel where I talk about pop culture shit, where I'm gonna start potting on there more, like about news and shit. Yeah, it'll be fun. Schoolhouse Rock goes away now. Everybody knows how the government works. Or nobody knows, sorry, how the government works. That's funny, dude. There can only be one. Here's the main event. Let's fucking go. Fright Night Dynamite. Tony Khan's announcing a 4-way. Winner faces Hangman at Full Gear. Hook versus Joe versus Stinkachet versus Bobby Lashley. How long have I been saying, why aren't Lashley and Joe together, like swarming the world title picture like sharks? Now he's booking Lashley and Joe in a match.
It's been said you would die a hero when you live long enough to see yourself become a villain. What you don't seem to understand is you always the business someone else's story. Ricky Saints, let me give you the absolute truth. You are salty that I made it to WWE and accomplished everything you ever dreamed of in a fraction of the time it took you to walk in the door.
So Trick talking his shit.
You can see it in my eyes, you can hear it in my voice, you can feel it. That's it. That's right. But guess what, Pretty Ricky? Your best is
Pretty Ricky.
So then you spend the next decade trying to prove everyone wrong. You convince everyone that you're something special. But we both know you are not. Bare minimum bargain basement Trick Williams following my back. Your first title, the NXT North American Championship. Sounds familiar. Then the NXT Championship. You waited until I physically dominated open finish so you could swoop in and take the title a few days later.
So, okay, 2K Games announced they're going to add the old school Drew McIntyre to the game, like back when he was the chosen one, like old school Drew. You know what I'm saying?
I kept running. This is all I've ever gambled on. There is no plan B. Unlike you, you're only here because you couldn't cut it in the NFL or as a rapper. You aren't worried about being champion, Trick. You're too concerned about being famous. And that right there is the big, big difference.
Damn, Ricky Saints just said he was a failed rapper too.
That's big talk for a little man. Tonight is the main event. I'm going to show you how much of a man I am.
Damn, guys, go online and check out that. Well, I guess I'm doing a fucking show. I could just show you. We'll talk about this on Wednesday's show as well a little bit, but look at this fucking RAF title. That's the Real American Freestyle fucking title. Look how beautiful that title is. Fuck yeah. It looks like it's inspiration from like the Big Gold and the UFC, the OG UFC titles. Sort of like an amalgamation of both of those a little bit. But it's like old school, like an old school wrestling belt kind of at the same time. Yeah, Skinny Drew, they're adding to the game, I guess. Yeah, that fucking belt is clean, man. Yeah, Hook's new music is shit. Here we go. Oh, yeah, mine. Uh-huh. What? I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, to sing Trick Williams down to the ring, Chris Jericho.
I look and see it's not just me. So many others have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. They call us problem child. We spent our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild. Let me get wild. Yay!
Okay. So I hope you guys like that Jericho break. 205 watching across YouTube and X. George, you got to fucking add up the Times channel likes as well, because I used to keep it private on the Times and then and whatever. There was a method to my madness, but what I'm noticing is like all these channels, they will just go live on both their channels. Like if WWE does a fucking AAA show, they're live on WWE, AAA, whatever. And I noticed like outside in the entertainment world, people sort of doing the same thing, other YouTubers and shit. You know, I'm always studying the game and whatnot. So I'm live on both channels. So you could add those ones up too. We might crush out 100. You know, every time we're fucking begging for them, there's always a bunch on the other channel too. So yeah, I'm just live on both channels every time, but the replay will be on the Times channel for non-members of the Clips channel, okay? And that isn't changing until like the next show. Then I unprivate it on the Clips channel, and that's still going down, just so you all know. Look how Trick is shaped up, dude. Freshly shaped up with that beard and shit. 50 here and 13 over there. I'm over here now. So yeah, dude, run those up. There's over 200 watching on X and YouTube. Here we go. The main event. Speaking of X, the NXT titles on the line. No, I wasn't taking a piss. Every time I play Jericho, it's not piss break. Sometimes I just sit here like him and enjoy the tunes and I let him serenade me. No, but my wife brought home 7 pumpkins, she just said, so. I will be fucking carving until my fucking hands fall off, I'm assuming, is what is what she's getting at. But no, we love fucking Halloween, dude. We go all out. I've done so much Halloween activities already. You guys don't even want to know. I've been to fucking pumpkin festival, fall festival, fucking, you know, haunted mazes and shit.
The main event. I'm here to talk about these two men who want to be at the top.
I mean, Michael Jackson would be proud right now. I mean,
Hook hasn't developed, though. Hook needs new music. Hook needs to get to NXT. I'm surprised Taz hasn't been like, get your dumb ass to NXT.
Trick Williams, rightfully so, he's pissed off. And what I wanted to ask you was, is there any truth to what Trick said? That Ricky said—
I agree with you guys saying Hook needs to go to NXT, by the way. Okay, we're locked in for this main event. But I agree wholeheartedly. That's like, I'm surprised Taz hasn't been like, get the fuck to NXT now. Because he needed it like a year ago, 2 years ago. He needed it way long time ago.
With a purpose, all right, with a vision, and that's to take this young. He already told us, man, you too small. You shouldn't even be in here with me. And now he's gonna make an example.
Is Ricky running? Booker says. Did Ricky just run from the fight outside? Booker just talking that shit. You gotta love it. Yeah, so I've also heard allegedly.
Allegedly.
But the problem is that, like, I heard allegedly, like a while back that, and that's why he's in the game and shit, that Billy Gunn would be going back to WWE. But then I guess he was fucking hurt, man. So that makes a lot of sense why, like, his deal might be frozen up and shit. But then recently someone DM'd me. I'm not even going to say who. But they were like, yeah, Billy Gunn and WWE, huh? Like, that's, like, that actually is a thing that could happen, like, in the near future. But I don't know. It was just like, whatever. I already, like, fucking went out on a limb thinking that would happen before, and it did, like, early. But if because, and he's talking about it in interviews, his injuries and shit. And then now all of a sudden he's in the media about these injuries. The reason it's interesting is because the person who DM'd me this brought up his injuries and said, like, fucking, and said that, like, this was before he was in the media talking about his injuries recently, okay? That's how I'll fucking word it. And it was like, what the fuck? You know? It's just interesting that now he's, like, talking about, oh, I was injured and I'm with AEW and my back surgery happened before I was here and all this shit. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully Billy Gunn finds his way. I mean, I don't care if he's in WWE. What is he going to do there? But it's like, I don't know, Legends deal he was a former IC champ. Has he been, like, inducted by himself into the Hall of Fame? He could do that. Maybe the New Age Outlaws as a duo could be inducted. Maybe he could be coaching guys backstage. I just want the Gun Boys in NXT / in WWE. I don't know how old the Gun Boys are. I'll look it up, like how old's Colton Gunn and shit, but Colton Gunn age. So 34 for Colton, and then Austin Gunn age 31. So they could go to NXT for, like, a short stint, and then if they're good enough, you know, go back to go up to the main roster after. That could totally happen, but that's why I want Billy Gunn to be free. Like, I just want the Gun Boys to be free, and that won't happen, I don't think. And, like, I just think they'll stick around wherever their dad's at. Guns are almost too old now. I don't know, like Saints and fucking, I don't know. You can be 30 in the fucking, in NXT. You can be 30 some, right? You can be 34, 35, 30, whatever the fuck in NXT now. It's not all young folk, but I do agree, like, that is pushing it. But they're not main roster ready, dude. You got to shake those bad TV habits. Not saying that they're bad, but I do like the Gun Boys a lot, but it's like, learning in AEW is not the way to fucking learn, I don't think, man. Unless, well, they're young enough, right? Like, you can learn. Here's the benefit of being in AEW. You do get thrown to the wolves on live TV and got to figure it out. That's an element that was missing from WWE for a long time. So they learned that aspect of it, and now they can go back and like learn, or they can go to NXT and like learn how to do it all the WWE way, and they might be a little more comfortable and able to adapt quickly because of that experience. But like yeah, 30s, so it's like you better get it quickly, you know. Windows fucking closing. So hopefully Billy Gunn goes back to WWE, because I don't think the Gunn Boys would be far behind him. But I talked shit about that a while ago, so I didn't really bring it to like any of the segments, because I was like, but then Billy was in the news talking about his injuries, so we'll talk about that Wednesday. So maybe he is free soon. AEW lets you take indie dates so you can get reps that way, right? Well, so does fucking WWE. So, and you can get reps, but are those the right reps though? Who's backstage? Is it like fucking Raja Jackson? Are you on one of those indies, or are you on like a serious company where there's people backstage giving you good advice? Like, yes, you can get reps of doing physical, of the physicality, the physical aspect. But we're talking about the psychology and the fucking TV, the pacing, the all of like where to be and why. Like, why are you doing things? In AEW, you can get reps in like, oh, I'm on live TV, I'm comfortable, here's my character and shit. But now WWE is where you go to find out why you're doing things and apply those things. You know, you apply all the tricks of the trade to deliver on the highest platform, on a global platform, you know? And that's why being older helps you a lot of the time, too, in wrestling, if you take care of your body. That's why I don't listen to Alvarez when he's like, oh, when guys are 21, Lou says they need to be 40 years old to get pushed in WWE. It's like, dude, no. But if you can preserve your body and wrestle, knowing, you know, like the idea of wrestling is like when you get older, you know more. It's just all of life. You know more the older you are, if your body's less beat up. Like, imagine if Edge was in his prime body with what he knows now about wrestling. I promise you, he's probably said in interviews, oh, I'd be fucking light years ahead of whatever. Like, everybody understands that. If you could go back in time with what you know now, we'd all be fucking billionaires, you know? So in WWE, they figured out a way where you don't have to like destroy yourself to get super over and become a star and have banger matches and shit, you know? Like, you don't have to fucking, you can be 36 and like really start to get your run on the main roster. Or you can be like Tiffy and catch on. Is Javon Evans good? Yes. Is he as over as fucking Tiffy was in NXT and shit? Fuck no, dude. Fuck no. Tiffy like caught on Kurt Angle style. I don't know if like why people don't get the difference, right? Like Javon was very indie minded before he came to WWE. Oh man, and look at Trick just jumping neck breaker after the kick. And you can't preserve your body in AEW because you have to wrestle the style that Tony wants to see, and the style that Tony wants to see is the style Dave wants to see, that Dave gives 5 stars to. And that style, look at every 5-star merchant. Shibata, Ibushi, Omega, Ospreay. Look what happens to them. They're all fucked up, man, and their bodies are banged up. And then you look at guys the same age in WWE, and their bodies aren't that fucked up yet. We're talking about Omega might retire when Punk. We're talking like Omega and fucking Punk and shit might retire within this. And Ospreay is closer to retiring than he is at his age than Punk was at that age. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Punk is the fucking like indie darling he's like one of those guys who transcended, even like he has Punk fans. He goes beyond just wrestling fans. You can get to that level. And you can be an indie guy who did all the shindy shit and still understand the fucking business and be beloved and shit. I don't know why these guys don't get it, but it's all good. They're just wrestling to get on salary, and then they're wrestling for the stars. Let them do that. Trick and fucking Ricky are having a solid match. This crowd is really hot, man. For a 3,000 person building, it's like 2,700 or something. Oh, dude, off the top into a Russian.
A lot of flash here from Ricky Saints. I'm wondering how much substance this kid is going to have later on in this matchup when it really gets serious. It's right back. Still showboat. He's still showboat. A little too much for me, Victor.
Butterfly, just drop trick, champion retain.
Nakamura, perfect, exactly. He left New Japan. He went and did all that strong, hard style at his peak. I would say he was like peak Nakamura. He was like priming when he came into WWE. That was where you're like at the top of the coaster about to start going down. He went to WWE. People scoffed. Oh, he's in NXT. Oh, they scoffed at that shit. Look at him. Look at Ibushi. Look at Tanahashi. Look at Ishii. Look at these guys, man. Okada and Nakamura. What did Okada do? He came to AEW. What did he do? Oh, he's phoning it in. He's phoning it in. No, he's just not fucking himself up, dude. And this is why Okada got over in Japan, too. Yeah, he was hard-hitting. And yes, his matches were these long matches. He used hella psychology, bro. Like, he would fucking sell. He sells shit. He lays there. It was all. Okada would fucking rest holds, Brian. They were fucking doing rest holds in those Kenny matches and shit, going 60 minutes because he didn't. His move was, I clothesline you. I drop kick you. That's what Okada did. He wasn't being a fucking mark. I'm telling you, bro. He preserved his body. Same with Nakamura. And Nakamura's a prime example. That's a great pull. Like, look at the other guys from that era. Look at fucking him. Look at Ospreay right now. Look at Nakamura. Nakamura's not fucking 3 herniated discs in the back, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? He wrestled Brock in the fucking Tokyo Dome, son. You know? And he won the Rumble, wrestled AJ at Mania. Like, that's a fucking legend right there. And he's preserved it because when he started feeling that wear and tear, he fucking went to WWE before it was affecting him. And now you can see it. Like, Nakamura's a step. He's definitely a step slower than he used to be, but it's like he's not in ring every day. And he's banged up. He went hard in the paint and fucking Nuge. But again, primary, look at Ibushi. The guy can't even fucking go for a jog without losing a kneecap or whatever. You look at Ospreay. The guy just signed a multi-million-dollar, 8-year, decade-long deal, and he fucking wrestles for like a year. Then he has to fucking, I might have to retire, bruv. What the fuck, dude? And Kenny, here's the thing with Kenny Omega, too. Kenny Omega's a fucking freak, where if he didn't beat the shit out of himself the way he did, he would be one of these like peak condition guys for his age. The fact that when he comes back from these like diverticulitis and all this shit, and Kenny doesn't look a step slower, like he's still got speed, he can still clear the ropes, he can fucking, you know, he kind of botches that little flip move he used to do. You know, he would do that, you cannot escape her. And then he fucking like kind of botches that, but he can still hit it. But he's like a little, it's showing a little bit, but the fact he keeps bouncing back the way he does, it's like, imagine if he didn't have to keep bouncing back that way. Imagine if he didn't have to take like half the year off every year to go to Japan and have top scientists and fucking Japanese robots like tend to him medically and shit. Right? If Kenny didn't have to do that, he'd be like an AJ Styles where we're looking. And even AJ went hard his whole career, but he's so graceful. He falls the same way. Like, he's just elegant in the ring. Like, even Shawn Michaels had more wear and tear than AJ. Like, AJ seems like he has zero wear and tear. He's about to retire. I think Kenny would be like that if he didn't go so hard in the paint. Like, if he went past AJ's level and just really did some crazy shit. Damn, a bookend through the fucking table.
You didn't see it. Take another look at it. There was that trick shot.
Trick shot, baby.
He's showing you how bad he wants it. He's showing you how bad he wants to be the leader of this brand. He wants to carry this brand. He wants to wave the flag for this brand every single week, no matter where we are across the globe. Trick Williams, again, this time.
Oh, beautiful counter.
Nice counter. Oh, what the fuck is? Oh, that was a crazy like springboard by Saints, but it just looked weird. Like, what was he doing? Yeah, this crowd has been white hot. This fucking show has been really good. This main event, if they just didn't do the Hardys match, it's like, well, A+ show. I mean, so I would say, yeah, I'm at an A for this one. A- is what I'm rating it, unless they just abhorrently butcher this finish. This match has been great, and every match I thought was fucking awesome. Iguana's botches are like, okay, early enough in the show. He seems to botch like one big spot every match, every like showcase match he's in on SmackDown or NXT. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. It didn't ruin the match though. And I mean, that match or the Hardy one, I'd say maybe, but that match wasn't like bad. It was just that spot was bad. The Hardys one was like, ugh, you guys, I don't need to see this, man. You guys are just beating yourselves up here. Like,
Challenger. Only one place to go. And, look, that was countered. Almost like a stud dog millionaire.
what is this? Oh, now the spear. Oh, the tornado DDT. Springboard. It's the defense. Let's go, Ricky Saints. Let's go.
You can't give that man credit for everything he just overcame in this match. Booker threw his headset off.
Yeah, I don't know. Booker T threw his headset off, they just said. Booker's mad, just shilling for fucking Trick.
That's another way for Trick Williams in this matchup. Trick showed a different side of himself. Trick brought it tonight. But Ricky Saints, I think, answered a few questions that those may have had about him throughout this match. This was right after Ricky got put on the Trick shot.
Yeah, dude.
Trick, a champion multiple times on two different brands.
Yeah, Blake Monroe, the new champ in that regard. So next Saturday for the CMLL World title, Mercedes Moné is defending against Olympia on Collision.
And through all the smoke, once it clears, there's one thing for certain. That for the man we're looking at, Saints is no stand-in. He is the headliner. He is the champion. He is the absolute measuring stick of NXT.
Yeah, shout out Ricky Saints, man. It's his time. So we also have news. Tegan Knox is on Collision as well. So there you go. Thank God Tegan Knox found her way, but this doesn't mean she's on salary or anything yet. So something's going to happen here with And then they all look at each other. I got the Netflix logo. Chat. Are you guys seeing anything else? Did they give each other looks like, fuck her? What do you guys think? Did they give the Netflix thing just went bum bum and it kind of cut off quick? It seemed like did the Cullen like look at each other like, oh, we hate this bitch or what? That's what I'm not sure about. Overall, let me know what you guys rate this show. I give it an A-. I think that the Hardys match kind of went like I just don't need to see the Hardys beating the shit out of each other that much. And or out of like, you know, having other people put them through like it just save it for like one and then I want to see them inducted. I just don't need to see them in WWE doing that shit. Not that I don't like the Hardy Party and all that. They're just trying to help get Dark State over. It's good. That's cool. The botches from Iguana, whatever, it didn't ruin the match. The main event was good. I think the best match was Paxley Jane. I think Blake and Zarya had a solid match. I think Wagner and Paige were awesome. I think that Slater and fucking Javon rule as a tag team. People are saying Tatum just said, if you think NXT is crazy, wait until next Tuesday. That's what I saw. And then the Culling or whatever all like looked at each other. And then it like, and the Netflix thing just bum like as the Halloween Havoc graphic went up. So I wonder if they all looked at each other like, oh, fuck her. But I think they will turn on her eventually because she, well, I mean, it's clear as day. Like they're a heel group and she's a good guy or a good gal, however you want to phrase it. And so, you know, she is going to, what's going to happen is like, not that guys are going to beat her up, but they're going to be mad because like she has a title and they don't have none of them have a fucking title. And she's sort of like the loose end looking for friends and she'll realize I can do this on my own and all this stuff. And, yeah, so that's my take on Halloween Havoc. They hugged and smiled. Okay. Cause I just saw it go off the air with the hug and smile. So all good vibes, but that turn is coming. And I also thought we could have saw Sol Ruka do the whole MJF, like I'm dropping my crutch or I'm just going to glom Zarya with my crutch. And that's because we all anticipate Zarya to go like monster heel and turn on Sol Ruka. But I could totally see them going heel with Sol Ruka for just because like we don't see that coming, you know, but maybe we do now. And I'm calling it out. So they'll change it because we know Triple H is listening. We know Tony Khan is as well, the best guy. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to...
The best guy is Tony Khan.
I want to thank you all for being here this evening. Round of applause to everybody who tuned in. It was an earlier PWT Saturday night. We've been here over 3 hours. Round of applause. We need to all make sure that we come together and watch Dave Meltzer Dumb Moment of the Week every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you guys are hitting like, subscribe, retweet. I just appreciate all your goddamn support. Consider checking out Patreon. There's tons of exclusive shit too. We hang out, watch reality shows, movies, all that sort of thing. Yeah, I just appreciate you all for being here. Yeah, so Halloween Havoc was tonight. Collision, I know it's like on. I might go watch it after, whatever. I know there's World Series and all that stuff. Hope you guys enjoy all of that. So Wednesday live show, Saturday live show, same time. I don't think next weekend, is there any fucking PLEs? We'll watch those if they are on Saturday. We'll do breakdowns. But yeah, Wednesday live show, it's going down. And make sure you become a member for 99 cents. You get access to Member Monday shows. Member Monday, unless some crazy pressing news goes down, I have a beautiful show lined up. You guys don't want to miss it. And we'll watch Raw. So go Blue Jays. Hit like on your way out. I appreciate you all for being here. It's a little early tonight. Sorry if you're just tuning in hoping for PWT for a couple hours, but we've gone over 3 hours. Go back and watch this replay. I did some WWE news and some allegedly news.
Allegedly.
Hey, I thought that was a good little bit there. Round of applause to everybody for tuning in. And it's spooky season, bitch. I'm watching Stranger Things. Until next time, I'll see you in the Upside Down with Will. Will, he's playing with the lights. Peace.